We're ready. We can do this, guys. Feel the power. We can do this. Energize, energize, power up, pump up. Yeah, let's do it. D&D Night Mondays.
I was really hoping you were going to do a little DBZ.
Yeah!
There it is. Yeah.
I should close the windows. My neighbors are going to hate me.
I already told you all about how my neighbors hated me today. So, but it's all right. We got on the same side. You know, folks, if you just you go down and you talk to somebody when there's misunderstanding, sometimes you can fix it. Unless they're truly a terrible person. But I was not about to punch my neighbor in the face because we came to a nice agreement.
And then sometimes they have a gun.
I walked outside today, and it was like
Texas.
28 days later. Not a neighbor was spotted or on the whole street.
Yeah, Ryan, that photo you shared of just empty Times Square, unsettling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can see more things like that on my Instagram. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe.
The only people out in major areas right now are film students. We gotta take advantage of this. We're never gonna have a chance to do this again.
Times are tough. I got to start my social influencer career now.
But hey.
All right, let's do this. Let's go into another world.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. I was trying to think, and I think legitimately this is one of, if not the only things like in my life that is not affected by this virus is this D&D.
Well, it is affecting.
No, it is, because we have Artem.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It made it better.
Positive.
It made it better. We have Artem for a bit.
Quick update. My wife came in and checked on me because she heard me yelling and thought I hurt myself.
Bless you, girlfriend. Bless you.
Oh.
She's the best.
She is.
Kind of great.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Tales of Sentra. We're here. Artem's here. That's awesome. Sweet. You already got some music, Ryan. Let me get that going. Let's
Wait, which link did you click?
Oh wait, which link did I click? Nope, that's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine clip. Don't need that.
Nice. Let me watch that.
It's very funny. You should watch it later.
I will do that. It's only
It
11
just
seconds, so you're not asking me to.
It
All right.
summarizes how I feel right now.
A little Morrowind music going here.
Very good.
So guys, yeah, we're here. The whole gang is here, which is always wonderful. And so we'll get into there's a lot. There's gonna be a lot. This is gonna be an episode, guys. This is gonna be just, well, I mean, by definition, it's gonna be an episode, but all capitals, an episode. So before we get into it, because we're picking up with a real cliffhanger here, who would like to recap what happened last week?
Oh God, it's all coming back to me now.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to Hilson, and we were kind of refamiliating ourselves with the area, and we managed to get a bunch of goons hired by the local theater, and they all got jobs as union workers and possibly started some of their like artistic creative jobs,
Which is really rad. We're really doing good stuff for the community here.
you know. It's
Yep.
really fun to like live in a fantasy where, you know, you can go on adventures and kill dragons and like get a job and be fulfilled creatively, and, you know, things that like never happen in real life. Anyways, so once we helped all of those people, we went into the basement and we got to the Dream Gate, which was inactive. Val set about shattering the nearby rocks around it, thus causing a partial cave-in, and was able to basically block off the gate. So then
Part
when
of
we
it.
did, yes, but when he summoned it, he kind of like couldn't get through. So he tried to get through, but as he was trying to do that, we just basically shot him in the face a bunch of times with like arrows and bombs and ice and magic, and
And
stabbed
I
him in
shot
the
a
face.
bunch of arrows and hit nothing.
Well, you fired a bunch of warning shots, and he thought twice about what he was doing.
Loads of warning shots, and
Yeah.
boy, was he warned very thoroughly by the time I actually finally hit him.
Well, he should have listened to those warning shots,
He
because
should have, because
the second he got out, he got decimated.
he ate the Braun burger, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm calling that.
Extra cheese.
Yeah, so much cheese on that. Oh, it was a tough round.
I'm starting to think if you take off the mask of Hazard and Ricochet, you'll realize they're the same person.
Oh, yeah.
Plot twist.
Just
Yeah.
like lots of high stats in shooting, terrible outcomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be honest, I mean, really, if we're gonna part the kimono here, they're kind of, they are like, one is fantasy version, one is the DC version.
Yeah.
I like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
Whatever unholy ritual, Sydney, you did to give it to Andrew, I hope it was worth it.
I hate it. It wasn't worth it. I hate it. I hate it.
It might be worth it to her.
It sucks buttholes.
I know it does.
But in any
The
case,
one
yeah,
thing that
we
you shouldn't be able to do and you fail.
but yeah, Braun beat the shit out of that.
It was really kind of unfair, to be honest.
And however, we left off when Charlie decided to stick his head inside the dream portal, and he was like, "Grab my tail."
Yeah.
Valson also, when it died, she took its shadow. So I think part of that gets like immediate memories, kind of like
Yeah, I guess
Enough
like,
information to pass yourself off as them.
the
Yeah,
most I
it's
got
almost
was a
like
headache and a
psychotropic
negative
nonsense.
to my charisma. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So Charlie and Val both have -3. I think Charlie to his intelligence and Sid to
Yep.
her, or Val to her charisma.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Charlie's a dumb boy now.
Yeah.
I sure am. Intelligence was already my
Yeah.
dump step.
And I'll say
so
that
he
that
was
is-
really,
For the record,
really
just to
not too smart
clarify,
right now.
that's to your score, not to your mod, but obviously it's still going to affect your mod.
Is there a way to do temporary stats on this thing?
I don't know, but I will
should
say
be.
it's something that will be fixed by a long rest. So,
Yeah, but for
if you
right
just-
Spoilers.
now,
I would just change it and then remember your
and
original
then
score.
fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just when you're rolling them tonight. Also, if we just need to do some math as we go, we can just do that because it's at most going to be a -1 or -2 to everything, right? So depending on
Well, it went to Charlie's intelligence, right?
Yep.
And what
That's
was
true.
it before?
like 8.
8.
So you're
It's now 17.
5. This
When,
many.
when I shared Arnie from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, like that wasn't a joke. That is where he's at.
Yeah. So I'll say one thing before we jump right into the last moments from last week. First one is you guys found that really, really long letter from Probus Nix, which
Yeah.
which has just basically is the here's a bunch of things you might want to look into as a letter. You should all have that now as a note that you can look at any time on here.
Cool. I built one of those pin board things that Artem showed us the site for.
Yes, I saw that link.
I have not messed with it at all. Totally had intended to. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah,
got a
no
letter.
worries. But so you guys have that letter now, that unsent letter for the record, because he had written it but not actually sent it. And so you'll be able to reference that whenever you need to, because now it's in your inventories there. So in the last moments, Charlie witnessed the Neverside. Val witnessed. I keep using your name and not your character's name. Sorry. Val witnessed the Neverside, both of which had some of their scores affected, as the other of the knights started running right for the gates.
What kind of distance is in between Charlie and this Dream Knight?
By the time you're pulled out, and keep in mind your intelligence has also just been muddled, but I'm gonna say you basically have at most 2 rounds. So what is that, 12 to 15 seconds before this thing is going to
12 seconds.
emerge.
Okay. So he's gonna get pulled out, and when he does, he's just kind of staring and very disoriented.
Charlie, are you all right? I'll like kind of smack his face a little bit.
Ow!
What did you see?
Dream monster.
Dream monster?
Yeah, we just killed a dream monster.
Dream monster in
Charlie.
there. He's coming here.
Oh God! I'm gonna grab Charlie and like rush him around to like this. It looks like there should be some like cover or partial cover
Sure.
here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna plop
It's
him
not.
in that corner.
It's not like It's not like written on like the lighting layer or anything. But that's absolutely some cover back there for sure. By the time you
I think he dropped the eye. I don't think I should be holding it still.
You can put it where
probably
you
should just be
were.
left around
I
here
thought it was
somewhere.
just like at your side.
Is it?
Yeah, I thought it was just kind of like attached to your side, like utility style.
Okay. Well, then I'll go
Okay.
over.
Artem,
take
I'm
it
just
he's,
gonna
like,
assign
tucking me
you
into
to
this
the
little corner
dead
here.
knight's token
Perfect.
at the bottom left, so you should be able to see now. Sorry, I don't want to leave you blind there. Okay, and
I cannot.
what?
I cannot see.
1
Scroll to
second.
the bottom.
Bottom
Even
left.
then?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
in the
no,
dark.
Are you?
Yeah. See, he can see now.
Yes.
Nothing for me either.
Oh, because of right. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Artem, let me give you some.
I don't even know.
Okay,
where
so now
Artem
Artem
is.
you'll be able to see. Sorry, it's because of the dynamic lighting stuff going on. Braun, with Charlie moving away from the eye, would you have probably just lit up a torch? Is that fair to say? Something like that?
If he moved away from the eye, I probably would have just picked up the eye.
Okay. Then I'll just say you have the eye. Let me just double check the radius on the eye because I always forget. 20 by 20. I'm going to leave that 20 by 20 assigned to you, Richard, just so you're not just blind at the moment on your screen.
Okay.
Are you good now, Ryan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So by the time...
If you took it away from me, I would still see Braun and everything going on here. I think.
You should.
oh, yes,
I don't
you
know
would. Yeah,
That's correct.
you
there,
would.
but it's...
Yeah, you probably still
Yeah,
see it.
there you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
because it's not line of sight is not on, so you would still be able to
Yeah.
see it. Cool. Okay, so is there anything in those couple seconds while Hazard is escorting Charlie that Braun or Val would have done? Because in those same seconds is when the other one's gonna emerge. But I want to give the opportunity if there's anything momentarily they would have done.
I would like to prepare Shather for when that
lay
motherfucker
down.
gets like in view, maybe. Actually, I don't because my stuff is low now. No, it's fine. No, it's
In
fine.
the past, when we defeated the knight, wouldn't the gate usually close?
Yeah.
We
That's 2 of them
activated it
today.
though. Also,
it would, but I'll say again. So the
may
body.
I say, I am Soria, Dream Knight of Mischief, and the last one we fought and the one that ran away was Pelia, Dream Knight of Mischief. I think they're totes buddies and they can totes share shit.
Okay.
I don't like that.
So the portal stayed open, which is why Charlie was able to peek in. Additionally, the body normally disappears, but in this case, this one is still lying there intact.
Also that.
That's why Val was able to
Got
get
it.
that shadow. But is there anything in those couple seconds that either one of you would have done? Because otherwise,
I'm just saying, like, to legitimize or to rationalize, like, Braun's noticing that this thing isn't disappearing and this
Sure.
portal isn't staying down.
Sure.
Does he look into the portal and can he see the thing coming or no?
I mean, do you want to? You saw what happened when Charlie looked through.
I mean, is it like submerging your head into it or like looking at it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you would not be able to see the contents if you did not put your head through.
Okay, then I'll just, I guess, I'll take
Like
a couple steps
Stargaze,
back.
right?
Okay, yeah, it's sort of like breaking the surface of water in a way. Like until you're on that
Got
other
it.
side, you do not see it.
So like a portal.
Stargate.
I'll go ahead and ready in action, already 2 attacks for whatever comes through.
Okay, what'd you say, Sid?
Is it okay? So me and Charlie both saw the weird, like trippy 3D kaleidoscope shit. Was Charlie the only one that saw the Dream Knight coming because he was like looking in there, or did we
Yes,
both
Charlie.
check-
Charlie was
Okay.
looking in and seeing in real time what was happening. You were just seeing like an image of the place because you had the thing's memory. You weren't seeing it in real
Gotcha.
time. But regardless, you
Gotcha.
both
But
like
Charlie
witnessed
gave
this
us
like
warning.
Lovecraftian sight that neither of you should have seen.
Yeah.
Hence why you both had to make the save.
And Charlie made a warning, so and thankfully my intelligence didn't take a blow because otherwise. But yeah, I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna hold Shatter until that thing comes rolling out. I think.
Tony,
I had cast haste on Braun and Hazard before
Mhm.
sticking my head in. Is that still in effect?
Well, you didn't take damage, so I don't think you have to roll any sort of.
you might want to make a concentration check just to be sure, because that is like a various effect.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'll give you. Go ahead and make. We'll just
It is
make it.
taking damage. It's just
That's true because it's to your score. We'll just make it the standard 10. The minimum 10.
To be totally fair, I
Oh,
do
thank God.
recall being out of range for that.
I think he moved over to get you in it.
Yeah, you were up on the shelf over in the right.
I
Yeah,
moved
yeah.
to
He
get you in
slid over so that he'd also get you. I don't know
okay.
how much longer you have on that because is haste a minute or just full concentration as long
It's
as
a
it can.
minute.
I think it's up to a minute, but it's only been like 2, maybe 3 rounds at most.
Yeah.
No,
Not even,
actually, no. It was the
You got it.
round after
you got
that
it.
Braun like did.
You basically
Right,
did it in like
should've-
a surprise round, so you
my
still
first
have
round of attacks.
you have
So we
essentially-
should have like
so you're
9
go-
more rounds.
Yeah, so you're gonna have. Yeah,
We
basically,
could-
yeah, you're
it's
basically
like
gonna have 9 more rounds. One of those rounds is gonna happen now when the other thing emerges. So
I did want to ask one thing.
Yes.
Tony, would it be possible to, since I'm just taking a quick step back, is it possible to use my movement to kick the body of the first Dream Knight back so it's not right nearby the portal?
yeah, I mean, yeah, kick it, or if you're just kind of dragging your I forget the name of your weapon, your halberd, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can, yeah, if you're kind of just like scraping it along like that, I think
I
that's
just
fair.
don't want it to like walk out and then like touch it and then fully revive it
Sure.
or drag it back through the gate. I want
Sure.
to hopefully keep it. So if I can push it back a little bit,
Yeah. Would you? I mean, wait, is that? Do I have it in a good spot here, or should it be back another square? What?
maybe
makes
like
sense
one
to
more
you?
spot.
Okay. So then
There.
Val and Braun, as the other one now is going to. The other one now is going to bust through and actually
Yeah.
arrive there. It is not going to announce itself, but you two have held actions, so if you want to use them, now is the time, and we'll worry about a turn order after this.
I still look like the dead one, right?
You too.
For the
Oh,
moment, you do.
Yeah, for the moment. Okay, I'm gonna shatter its
Bless
face, maybe, perhaps.
Okay. All right,
Does
let's
that
get some
help?
battle music going.
And it's a con of 15 now. Fuck.
Okay, one moment. I'm going to start this new music.
These will both be regular attacks.
Okay, sir, ma'am, driving by. That is
Damn it.
unnecessary. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Well, actually, I could tack
Hey!
onto it.
Okay, so one moment. I need to pull up. Okay, Sid, what did you say this save was?
Con.
Con. All right. What is your DC?
15.
Okay, it meets 15, so it's fine. Or whatever the result is. I don't know if it's half or what.
It's half.
Braun, that is a crit and a hit.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tack on a superiority die. I'm gonna make it a trip attack.
Okay.
It's gonna need to make a strength save.
Okay. And what is your DC?
My DC, that's a good question. It's 4 plus 4 plus 8, 16.
Okay. You do manage to it leaps out of the portal, and I'm gonna say because it like looks and like sees its sister like in 2 spots, like it's dead on the ground, but also over here. She's kind of like confused for a moment, and so that's like all the distraction it needs for your trip to be successful. So your first, she is officially on the ground because of that.
Great.
Sid, it's half of that 19.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
She does raise a
And-
good point about the disadvantage if it's made of stone, crystal, inorganic material.
Yeah, if it's a weird inorganic material.
It is
think
not.
about it. Oh, well, fuck.
Okay,
Thanks
and
for trying.
that's 43 damage from you,
Appreciate
Ryan.
Yes.
Okay.
And it sweep the leg and it is prone.
Okay, it goes prone. Now we will do a turn order. So now we'll get initiatives
Oh,
from
fun.
everybody.
Here we go.
Okay.
Pardon me. I'm digging this music.
Yeah, I like
Thanks.
this. It's been a pretty good trend of music so far, really.
Yeah.
I'm trying to switch up the theme of the Dream Knights a little bit to be a little more synthy, a little bit more.
I like it. I
Weird.
like it. I like it.
I like it. I might need this like this soundtrack.
All right,
for
let's
just,
see.
like,
That's a
daily work.
16 from Braun, 12
You
from...
should totally listen to it while like working out.
Yeah, when I get
If my gym wasn't
get back
closed.
to working out. I miss having a gym right downstairs. I miss that shit.
All right.
I can do push-ups and stuff, but it's not.
You do not see it in the turn order for a reason. That will be handled in a bit. Actually, well, no, it'll be handled right now because none of you. Right, none of you. Oh, Val. Okay, Val, you get to go first. But you're the only one who beat a 20. Not to get meta, but anyways, Val, you go first.
Okay, yay. Yeah, you know.
And
I
it is
just did
prone,
a
if that
spell.
makes a difference.
Oh, shit. So that means a crossbow thing would be at disadvantage, huh?
Yes.
Fuck. Let's not do that then. We're going to do maybe another round of fairy fire on it, or a round of fairy fire on it because you know it worked so well last time. And if I can get a dex for that,
You may. Dex. 22.
fuck that works out really well for it. Okay.
It manages to it manages to like I'm gonna say it does like what's that is it a kip up I think it's called when you go like from on your back like legs first up and it like matrix kip ups over your fairy fire and it so it stands back up and then
Oh, okay.
have we all played Ocarina of Time?
Got the wide strokes of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody remember the Twin Rova boss from Ocarina of Time?
No.
So it's two witches that are twin sisters.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the one it's gonna stand up and it's gonna kind of. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go this route or like an Ornstein and Smaug route, but basically it's gonna stand up and Sid, the shadow that you did absorb is gonna be ripped away from you, and it's going to now enter the sister here, the new one, the one that you defeated before. I'm gonna leave the token on the battlefield so that Arden can see, but it's gonna disappear as these twin sisters here. They kind of all swirl around each other, right, DNA style, and they essentially fuse into
Go Tanks.
a very different one.
Nope.
Great.
So this is
Map.
again another shout out to Thomas Romain for his amazing artwork here. But so they both, you can see the two here at the bottom, and then you can see they fuse into a much bigger thing.
Oh my god, so it's actually that size?
It's
That
very
looks huge.
it's much bigger. Give me one. Yep. So
How
that
tall are the
one.
ceilings in here? Yeah, that. Do we get pushed back because of that?
Joke's on
no,
him.
you're actually not going to get pushed back because it's
Joke's on
right.
him.
It occupies
He
this space.
He gets a concussion because he grows too fast and he hits his head on the ceiling.
And then he says, ow!
he says ow, and then he dies because his head.
He crawls
on a
back into the portal and
stalactite.
says, "I don't like this place. Goodbye."
Yeah.
So
That
as it
too.
stands up, now remember before when you fought one, you heard a voice on one side of your head, then you fought the other, you heard a voice on the other side of your head.
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
you're
it's
gonna
both now.
now you hear both voices in stereo, and they say, "We are Rezia, Dream Knight of Mischief. Make way for the king." And now, two other little things are going to happen here. The first one, Sid, remember how you kind of started a mini cave-in with your shatter?
Yeah.
So as there's sort of just this eruption of energy as this fusion dance happens, if you will, this entire spot here that I'm circling,
Who am I on the side with? And which side?
I don't know.
all this stuff here that I just marked in red, a bunch more rocks just completely come down. Remember, you guys were trying to destroy the gate before? It does crumble under the weight of all these rocks now.
So now we know they can be destroyed. We just need a lot of rocks.
And the
Cool,
entire
cool.
place starts to feel a little rumbly.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Braun,
Cool.
it's your turn.
All right.
Oh, is he only a large size? I was expecting bigger.
Well, it's very
No!
tall, but it's still going to occupy the same spaces like that. But Braun,
Fair enough.
you're up.
Okay, I'm still hasted, so I have 3 attacks. I have a little extra AC. It's clearly got its attention divided between me and Valson. I'd like to try and further draw its attention towards me. And I'm going to take 3 attacks on it.
Okay.
And these will be regular attacks until I know what we're dealing with.
Okay.
17, 23, 20.
They are all hits.
Okay, 17 hits. All right, good to know. All right, so this is like Braun's just like spinning this thing around, Dynasty Warrior style. And he still hasn't taken any hits yet. So that's pretty good. But that's a solid 39 damage right there.
Good stuff.
There's some lightning kind of streaking off. He's got a little bit of Helm's Touch and Gloompa's Glaive, and there's a little bit of lightning, kind of like a car battery, going back and forth.
Nice. So,
And
sorry.
I will use my bonus action to do one more strike, this time with Great Weapon Master.
Yeah, remember you're hasted.
Yep. Which is a natural
Nat
20.
20.
Plus,
Guys, let's just go home. Braun's got it.
it's just the pommel. It's not that good.
No, it's cool. You got it. We'll head home.
For a whopping 19 more damage.
You want to reroll that? Can you reroll that one?
I can.
All right.
20.
Make it
For 20
2.
damage.
20 damage.
Okay. Good hit.
So yeah, Braun's really trying to like draw its attention in.
So, Braun, you do that. And then something kind of weird happens before Hazard's turn. You have this, you all are seeing this night before you, and you see what it looks like presently. But then, after Braun hits it, its sort of pattern and skin color kind of weirdly changes. So, after Braun hits it, it almost like chameleon shifts. And now, it's all kind of, it's got like a yellow hue to it. And Braun and Val, since you're standing close to it, you kind of feel almost like a little bit of static electricity in the air.
No.
I'm sure that's fine.
No.
I'm sure that's normal.
And Hazard, it's your turn.
No.
Cool. I'd like to think like when I threw Charlie in the corner and turned around, I like stuck my swords in the dirt and pulled my bow out to like get ready for this.
You're at a distance. I'd say that's fair.
So I'm going to go ahead and use my attack action to launch these bad boys. Oh, sorry. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
I'll keep the 5 damage for one of them.
Sure.
Nope, that should not be at advantage. Wait, large target. Is he at advantage or just a lower AC?
Sorry. What's the target size have to do with it?
I mean,
Yeah, it's not 3.5.
Oh, I
Barn
see what you're
door.
saying. No. You're just normal shot, not at advantage.
okay. No barn door rules. Okay.
No.
All right. So there's 122, 114.
Okay. The 14's gonna miss. The 22 hits, and your bow is not magical, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but that 5 damage is magical, so it's gonna take
Yes.
8 in that case.
Sweet. And then I'm going to, with my movement, I'm going to drop the bow and grab my swords and rush up. And hopefully it'd be cool to do like some cool flippy shit.
Oh right, I forgot you're hasted.
And take my second attack action.
Okay.
So I'm gonna swing a Fastus,
Okay, that is a hit.
and I'm waiting for the other one to load. 26.
It's only you would only be able to take one of those if you're hasted. I think.
With the not two weapon fighting, extra attack twice instead
Yeah,
of
'cause
once whenever you take the attack action.
Okay, so that means you could do.
You do one more attack. You don't get 2 more attacks with haste.
Yeah. It's when you have hasted, it's a single melee attack that you get extra.
Okay, I feel like we do this a lot. Okay.
So your 2 attacks count for your longbow. So boom boom, you get 2. But then your face to swing would be the single melee attack from haste.
Okay.
So you get
yeah,
3.
it's just the extra attack wording that Ranger uses, because that implies that anytime you do an action attack,
right.
you do
An
the second
act
one.
right. A standard action attack, yes, but haste specifically says it's only a single attack.
Right. Yeah.
I
I
see.
just
Wording
need
of
to
haste.
remember that.
Yeah, I see why you're confused, but yeah, that's where it comes from. But you still hit with that 26. And then so, you know, it's got sort of this like yellow tinge to itself right now. So it's gonna actually start walking this way.
There it is.
Hazard and Braun, if you want attack ops, you can take them.
So
Yeah,
that's
sure.
11.
Oh, from their hunter's mark, yeah.
You said I can take a
Hold on.
attack of opportunity.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. As it seems like it's sort of just running for the door.
Could I try and slap a
It'll get
trip
to
attack on
there. You certainly can. Unfortunately, a 13 misses. Braun, your 17 will be a hit.
Could I get a strength save, please?
You can. What is your DC?
16.
It meets that.
Oh, that passes then.
With just a terrible roll, but it meets it. But 19 damage still. As like I said, it is clearly running for the door here. And that should probably give you guys some concern. As it is running that way. But it's gonna stop partway to the door and turn toward the trio of you there. And all that like crackling sort of static electricity around it is going to gather. And I need sorry, 1 second. Yes, I need Val, Hazard, and Braun. I need you all to make dex saves as the static electricity kind of vanishes for 1 second, and then kind of just one bolt just goes like right here, basically right around all of you guys.
And we get advantage on that
You do with haste.
because we're hasted. Yeah. Still not great.
All right, we got a 17 for Val, 17 for Braun, and a 13 for Hazard.
Just a 16 for me.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so Val's the only one that saves. The other 2
What?
of you are gonna take half of this.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I guess you weren't hasted enough.
Okay, Val saves, so she only takes 22 damage.
Oh no.
Hazard and Braun take 45.
Oh no.
Woof.
By the way, I can't see Hazard's HP.
Oh,
I can't see any of his
okay.
bars.
Hold on. How about now?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so it does that. It unleashes this lightning strike, and then as it does that, it's gonna sort of chameleon shift again, and where before the armor had like sort of a yellow tinge to it, now it's sort of like a black color, and all 3 of you are close enough that you all you get sort of this whiff that like now this night it kind of smells like death. It smells a little gross. And Charlie, now it's your turn.
Charlie thinks really hard to come up with a good plan for this. I mean, he gives it his all. He just can't fucking do it. He just can't figure out a good move to do, so he just summons up a big old magic missile at 5th level.
Okay.
That's the best he's got. So let me just go ahead. At least it's automatic damage.
That's fair, honestly. That's like you know what to do. Just you do it. Just do it.
I know this will hurt. But beyond that, if there's anything more clever for him to do, he did not figure it out. That's 27 damage, not nothing.
Yeah, it's 27 damage.
Pew, 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 pew.
All right.
And
Those
he's gonna stay where he is.
7 darts just into Rezia. All right, Val. You got this big, tall thing standing over you. What do you do?
Got this, Val. Finish him off.
And he's charging for the doorway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of ran toward it, stopped to kind of like snap its finger, if you will, and hit that lightning, and then it started turning back for the doorway.
Can I, like, here
Sure.
and cast Dissonant Whispers to see if I can't get it to run the other way?
Sure.
Cool.
That's a wisdom save?
It's a save. It's a wisdom. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your DC right now?
15.
15?
Yeah.
It got a 14.
Ah!
Ooh.
Okay, cool. That went
Who's the
from like,
wise one
I hate
now?
everything to yee. $23.
Okay, and then it
And
has to...
Gotta run away.
Which it was doing anyway.
It has to immediately do that if it has movement left, right?
Yeah.
You moved around.
Yeah,
I
to
think
get
it's
it
a
to go the other
reaction
way.
as
But
to run
it's
away, right?
away from Val, so now it's gonna go this way.
Yeah, the
Nice.
creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, such as a fire pit, on a successful. Yeah.
Oh, is it not? I
Must
can't see the
immediately
door.
use
Is it?
reaction if available
this
to
way.
move
It's
as
where you
far
guys
as
came
its
from
speed
before.
allows away from you.
Yep, okay. Technically then, if you want to take an attack op as it's running away, you could do that.
Yeah, like fling a thing at it. Do I have a dagger? I do have a dagger. Yay. All good things. $16.
A 16 will hit,
Yes. In that case, oh wait.
I think.
Let me see. I think
Yes.
what I'm thinking of has to do reaction.
Oh, you're talking your psychic blade thing?
Yeah. Oh, I use that as a bonus. Which I haven't used yet, technically, right? Because I've used my reaction to... This is reaction. Yeah, okay.
Yes, you have not done that, so you could do it right now if you wanted
Tight. Let's see. 16?
16 damage, okay?
Yep.
Alright, 16 psychic damage.
Oh wait, there's one more d6. I don't only rolled 2 out of the 3. Let's do.
Okay. All right, and as it runs away from you. It kind of like runs, like bumps into the wall, and another more rocks continue to fall.
We all die.
Now in
Yay!
now in
Hap Pupper.
so now this whole area that I've scribbled in is just one giant rock pile.
That's rough.
Val, you can see it from where you are. Hazard and Braun probably wouldn't be able to see it around the rocks, but you'll see now that like black color that the thing is going to change again. So now instead of a black, it actually is going to go back to that sort of yellow color that it was before.
Cool. That's fine.
Okay, Braun, you're up.
Alright, first off, I'm going to use a bonus action to second wind. Get some... Just going to take out his Estus flask and take a drink. For a sweet 18 points.
Braun is definitely a Dark Souls NPC.
Just based on how sad he is.
Yeah.
And he's going to run
Braun's
over.
somebody who would unironically use the word forsooth.
He's going to run over past Val and then see this thing charging up again. And he's pretty sure he knows how this thing works now. With hasted move, he should definitely be able to make it. He's going to run over to his side and take hasted attack as well as 2 more attacks.
Okay.
Basically just try and nail this thing to the wall. Wow.
All right, we got a nat 20, and that's the nat 20 and the 16 both hit.
Okay. Then it looks a little something like this.
Okay. And we're going to need to do a little extra math on this one when you're done. But go ahead and roll your damage first.
Wow.
38, okay.
Doing really well tonight.
And how much of that 38 is lightning damage?
Probably it's 2 attacks, so 2.
Okay.
I think he
so
only gets 1+1 lightning damage.
okay. So you definitely hit and you definitely do damage, but you see like it almost kind of looks like, because this thing like sort of has this static electricity tinge to it, your lightning almost seems to have actually patched it up a little bit.
How dare it? Now I only did 36 points of damage.
All right, Hazard, your turn. As Hazard, as you round the corner, last time you saw it, I had a black color to it. As you round the corner, let's see here, it's going to have, okay, sort of an indigo color to it as it shifts. I guess that's more indigo there. Braun, you see this before yourself. Hazard, you see this as you round the corner. And Braun, you almost feel like you don't have to make a save or anything, but as that chameleon shift happens, you almost feel like you almost feel like a force almost sort of pushing you away from it a little bit.
Okay.
Interesting. So I'll go ahead and, as I'm rounding this corner, I like kind of swoop my blade around and grab off of my bandolier. I'm gonna grab my caltrips, and with my hasted action, I'm gonna fling those under the big boy here.
Okay.
So if he tries to run, he has to deal with that.
What's the radius on those?
It's a 5-foot square.
Okay, so it's literally just like right there on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my attack action to swing at it twice.
Okay.
And hope for the best.
Okay, that's 1 hit, and that is a miss.
Alright,
But you're still
well,
hunter's marked
Yeah.
for another 4. Okay, cool.
So that's 913 damage total.
Okay. Now that sort of indigo color is going to shift once again. You know, surprise, surprise. Now
He's dead, right? He's dead now.
Now it
Because they
shifts
did a
to
good
sort of a
job.
gray color, and you don't feel or smell or sense anything, but the gray color kind of has a shine to it, almost like armor, something metallic now. Not that it wasn't wearing armor before, but now it looks like kind of freshly polished, gleaming armor
Interesting.
is the color of this thing now. I'll use that, I guess. Okay, Braun and Hazard, it is going to swipe its big old meaty paws at you guys.
No.
Braun, a 27 will hit you.
Yeah, those quick
And
fire.
Hazard, a 24 will hit you.
Will. So
Alright.
how bad do I die?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. Braun, you're going to take 33.
Okay.
And I need you to make a strength save, please. I guess you could
33.
technically do strength or dex if you wanted to. Hazard, you're going to take 27. And same deal. You can do strength or dex save as you get smacked by this to see if you're going to get actually like pushed away.
Oh no, he smacks me, he makes full contact, and I get hurled across the map and crumple in a heap. Because I am deadzo.
Oh, okay, yeah, you
That
go.
is-
So you go back where you were here, right? So yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
go back 10 feet,
That's
and
that's
you
a
are
good
down.
approximation. Yeah, felt right. Felt right.
Mm-hmm.
Felt bad,
Good call.
but it felt right.
I like to use let's say, I guess I'm just getting pushed back.
Technically, you have those. Well, you only wear one of those gloves now, right? Those
I
wool
think
gloves,
I gave
or
it to.
okay,
I think I gave it to
Visk.
yeah,
Maybe.
Visk.
Okay.
I'll fail it.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you just
push back.
you go back 10 feet.
All right.
And now this thing is gonna start running.
Oh, it has to do the dex save first.
Oh, on the caltrips, you're right.
Yeah.
What's the rules on those? How do they work?
Let's see. As an action, 5-foot square, DC 15 dex save,
Mm-hmm.
or stop moving and take 1 piercing
Okay.
damage.
It passed that save.
Oh well. It was worth a shot.
Passed that save, and it got pretty far. Additionally, oh no, not additionally. That's gonna be it for its turn. Charlie, one of your friends is down, one got pushed away, and this thing is running away. Braun, you actually would have gotten an attack op, I think, technically, based on your reach.
Maybe if I was pushed 10 feet away, then yeah, I think I'd reach him.
Because it also shifted like one square over because it wasn't running directly over Hazard, so you technically got one.
I'll take another attack off.
Okay.
He didn't trample me? How sweet.
Unfortunately, your attack op misses. Okay, this is where we are. Charlie, you're up.
He runs off into the darkness and Charlie can't see him. Now, if I understand correctly, magic missile, if you cannot see your target, it does not hit, right?
Correct.
So, he's gonna do the only thing left that he can think to do. Seeing Hazard, he can barely see Hazard in the light. He's gonna run over. And gosh, I don't even know if he has any. He doesn't have any healing spells. I don't have any kind of feats or anything. The best I think I could do is make a medicine check. I think I have a healer's kit in my adventuring pack.
I think you had that skill, that feat, that lets you save a spell slot if you just use it.
Yeah, but that doesn't help with healing.
No.
Yeah, if you don't have a healing spell, then you don't have it.
Yeah, you can stabilize.
You can stabilize. That's true.
Oh god, he's gonna be terrible at this. What is it? It's a
medicine.
I don't actually.
That's wisdom.
What's the number for? I don't actually know what a stabilization check is.
Oh.
It's wisdom. I think it's a DC 10.
Is it a healer's kit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a medicine check.
Stabilized.
It's just a flat
DC
D20
10.
for me.
Yeah, it's DC 10.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie's gonna go over and do what very basic training he has. It's not very good at it. It's just gonna be a flat roll, but he is going to attempt to.
You don't need to. The kit has 10 uses. As an action, you can expend one use of the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without needing to make a wisdom check.
Oh. Well, I do that.
Okay. So you stabilize Hazard at 0.
Play it
Yeah.
sight.
Okay.
You want
I
to
gotta
wake
go
my
over
ass up?
quick. Oh, it's like I don't know how to use this, and then I see it's kind of like a AED where it's like it's got all the pictures on it. Like, oh, okay.
Step one.
All right.
Don't fuck up.
Hazard is stabilized and no need for saves for him. That's good. No need for
But
death
yeah,
saves.
as far as tracking down the thing,
Yep.
it's almost like out of Charlie's mind at this
Yep.
point. Hazard was the only thing he was thinking about.
It's
Oh.
also almost out of Val's way. So Val, what are you gonna do?
Cry some more.
Yeah.
That's been working so far. Keep on doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep crying, obviously.
Let's not switch
I can't
strategies.
move through an enemy square, I assume, and moving in front of it right now. Probably impossible. Like, can I? Nope.
If you're trying to
Nope.
get there, I would say
Like
I would allow
there?
you to get there.
Okay, and then I can try that again, and then maybe, hopefully, next go round I can maybe fix Hazard. We're gonna try Dissonant Whispers again, I guess.
Okay. That's wisdom again.
Yep.
Got a 17 this time.
All right, half, and he doesn't have to run away.
Okay.
So Artem, how are you enjoying the TPK? I'm glad.
All right, it's going to take 11. And I guess it technically should have chameleoned before, but it's going to do that now. As you hit it with those whispers, it does not run away, Val, but you notice now that sort of yellow hue that it has is going to change once again. Or sorry, it wasn't yellow. It was like gleaming, almost like armor. And now it changes to like sort of an orange color. And you're close enough that you feel kind of like a weird sort of pressure on your eardrum being so close to it.
Okay, yeah. Neat.
Now, something else. We're back at the top of the round, which means, or not top of the round. We're back at the 20 count, which means lair action's going to happen. Hazard, you're at 0, but you're not, like, conscious, so I'm going to say, Charlie, you're going to have to make a dex save to pull Hazard out of the way because rocks are still falling. And unfortunately, he is in the very square that is now occupied by said falling rocks.
Good grief.
So everything that I just scribbled in there is now the rock pile. So Charlie, you're gonna have to make this dex save to pull Hazard out from under the crumbling rocks.
Ooh,
An
nice.
18. You are just fine. You managed to yank Hazard right out of the
Smart
way.
enough to know when rocks are falling.
As it falls down. And
Bernie
Braun,
Sanders, is that you?
Braun, now it's your turn.
Braun has
And
got
there's-
some seriously broken ribs. He's probably got some internal bleeding right now.
Yep.
He starts like hobbling, like holding onto the eyeball and his glaive, like, oh god damn it, this fucking thing. He's gonna start chasing after this thing because he's still got haste somehow.
Yep.
He catches up to it. And yeah, you know what? I can't flank it because it's too big. But
Oh god, that thing was that close to me? Holy shit.
Yeah, you just
Hello.
like ran like basically through the darkness to your friend.
Wow, I did not know it was that close.
You
I
could have
thought
high-fived
was
it.
right through there. Holy shit.
Hair.
I'm gonna use 3 attacks,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do Great Weapon Master on all of them,
Okay.
and it's gonna work.
We'll find out, won't we?
Oh lord!
You've been rolling like 20s. What happened?
I'd like to
you're not-
re-roll the 1 with Human Determination.
Okay. Fortunately, you're not close enough to like accidentally hit Charlie, so. Unfortunately, none of those still connect.
Honey. Oh no.
Everybody hurt.
As you hobble over and you just kind of and don't really manage to hit it.
Nope.
Hey,
I
at least-
do have
at
a
least
bonus
it's
action
the
though.
flavor.
Okay.
I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna do a pommel strike at its foot, like just try and
Okay.
knock it over. And this one is gonna be Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
I believe it's gonna work.
Okay. Let's find out.
I was wrong.
Unfortunately, you just you try and unfortunately does not work. Hazard, you're stable at 0. I don't think you can do
Yeah, I'm
anything though.
unconscious.
Yeah.
I mean, not unless I can do some weird wood elf like spirit journey
yeah.
bullshit.
So I guess you're just
Find Obi-Wan.
you're out of this. But you're
I
not.
got you.
But you're not in
Hopefully
death
I got
saves,
you.
which is the important thing.
I'm having a good dream. Y'all don't know it, but I'm having a real good dream.
Well, you maybe.
If I live, I can fix that.
I was gonna say Val's maybe got you. Oh boy, Val, you're the only thing in front of it right now.
Yeah.
And those 2 big old meaty paws are gonna be swinging right at your face.
Yep, I'm dead.
Yeah, a 34 and a 27.
Yep.
Those are gonna
A
connect, aren't they?
34 just kind of squeaks by, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy,
I'm dead, aren't I?
you take wow. And honestly,
Oh, man, we're in
honestly,
trouble.
this was a bad roll. You take 51.
wow.
Funny story.
51?
That would have killed me if I was at full health.
Yowza.
It's not mass damage, is it?
No,
We're not playing mass damage anyway, so I wouldn't worry about
but
it.
I am like I'm dead.
All right, Val's down.
It killed me real good. Just
Braun,
like Brian.
Braun, you get an opportunity attack as this thing continues to run.
Guys, I know I failed 4 other times, but this is the one. This is the one.
Also,
I'm telling you,
Just so you know, well, let's see how this plays out first. See how your roll
I'm
plays
telling
out.
you, this one, I got one thing left. I swear to God, if this doesn't it, I'm hanging up my glaive. I'm going back home. Great Weapon Master, baby. Here we go, baby. You got this. I hate this game. I don't ever want to play it again. You know what? I'm leaving this group right
Braun,
now.
unfortunately,
Bye,
you don't
Ryan.
hit.
It was
Charlie and you are the only ones surviving.
Charlie,
this
what do you do?
right now.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
say, Richard, I don't know if you can see it token wise, but because it is now
Nope.
running toward the basement where there would be light, I'm gonna say you would be able to see it.
Okay.
Because it's now it's basically, I'm not gonna move it there until someone catches up to it, but it is now out of the tunnel in the basement of the house. So like you would be able to like see it down said tunnel.
Yeah, what you're describing sounds really complicated for Charlie, and he sees somebody dying right in front of him, so
That's
he's
true.
gonna go the more simple route, stick to what he knows.
Okay.
He's gonna go over and apply a healer's kit to heal her up.
I'm not trying to suggest anything. Do you leave Hazard's unconscious body where it currently is?
I am sorry, playing
sounded
this to
like
character, he
Okay.
would have left
Okay.
him.
This is really cool, guys.
Okay.
Welcome back, Artem.
I'm assuming you're using the kit on Val as well? Richard?
Sorry, say one more
Yeah,
time.
I'm assuming you use the healing kit on Val.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Val is now stable at 0 as well. Val, you're stable at 0, but nothing can happen. And Hazard, unfortunately,
Yeah?
the rocks are still falling,
Yeah?
and you are in the next 5-foot range that they are falling in.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna say this counts as a death save, but you just had a rock fall on your unconscious body, and you're officially you are officially back into death saves.
Sweet.
You do not have to make one until your turn, but they will be starting. Braun,
Sweet.
it's pretty bad. What do you do?
It ain't looking good, Chief.
I have lollipops. Wait.
I will say Hazard is at the edge of the falling rocks, so like you would be able to slide him out from under the one that just hit him. He's not like buried.
So it's like the one that hit Jamie and Cersei Lannister.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
that what you're saying?
they're all sort of spilling
Sorry.
out and kind of like they're sort of spilling out in a pile like this, right? So like they're gonna be almost in a pyramid, if you will. So like there's only maybe one or two smaller of them on top of Hazard, but the pile is growing. Braun.
So Braun's gonna have that moment where he sees the perp leaving, but he sees that rocks are falling on his friend, and he looks back, and he's like, "Ugh." It's a good thing he's hasty because he takes a long time to think about this.
His
But he's gonna run
hasty.
over to Hazard and pull him out of the debris,
Okay.
and
I hope, considering you've seen this thing fall, I'm gonna say you have enough knowledge to know that you would need to pull him more than just immediately out of the rocks, knowing that they're still falling.
well,
So if
Yeah.
you've got movement, I'll say you can bring him with you.
I'm just gonna go pull out my bag, and I have a potion of greater healing.
Ooh,
Well, can I roll a death save real fast?
it's not your turn, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to until your turn. Essentially, those rocks became the thing that put you into saves, but you don't have to make one until your turn.
I pop the cork and I give it to him, and he gets 14 health back.
All right. That is your use an object for haste. So you still have. Well, you also pulled him out, so that would actually probably be your action, and then the use an object.
I'll tell
for your
you what,
haste.
I'll use my action to kind of army pull him over,
So you can be
like
moving
and
him.
lift him, and I'm just gonna start chasing after this thing.
Okay,
And if we want to say that's at half speed because I'm carrying someone,
I think that's fair.
fine. Haste still gets him double speed,
Sure.
so he'll get as far as he would otherwise.
Okay,
So let's see, that's
Am
right
I
up to
still
there.
hasted?
no
I think when you drop to 0, you are no longer
haste to be
hasted.
gone. I also need you to do the hit die to see what your new max is.
Oh,
Also,
shit, right.
also, would he be exhausted after haste ending?
No,
And-
because it's not like it ended while he was. It's not like the conscious round. I think the fact that you went unconscious probably means there's no round of.
Yeah, that
exhaustion.
the lethargy would have
Yeah,
been.
it wouldn't apply.
him being
Something.
dead.
Okay.
Yeah, something worse happened. So I don't think that applies. So Hazard, so your max is down by 6, but you're healed for 14. This thing is technically a few feet beyond where it is now. I just don't want to move it on the map until I have to. But Hazard, it is your move.
Hazard, you wake up in the arms of Braun as he's feeding you a bottle of healing potion, like a very muscular, aggressive Mustache Mama. It's just like, drink it, damn you.
Mustache.
Shit! And like kind of shifting around, he kind of grabs onto you a little bit, and casts Cure Wounds at 3rd level on you.
No, do the Val. Do the Val.
He doesn't see Val. He just woke up next to you.
Yeah, I woke up wrapped around you, and I placed my hands on and used Healing Adept, so that's going to be 8 times 3, which is 16, 22?
8 times 3 is 24.
For you, Mustache Mama. For you.
Plus, plus,
Damn it, Valson's right there. She needs help.
plus 9.
What's the total?
Valson's
So
literally,
33?
right next to you.
Yes. So you get 33 health back, Bron.
Okay.
It's
Well,
not
that was
even
the
like
last
she's
hit
20
I
feet away. It's right next to you.
But would you not also be just so, like, completely entranced?
Oh yeah,
By
I love
Mustache
the
Mom?
flavor of it.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
You put me down? Is that
I mean, once you're conscious, I'll drop you.
okay? Yeah, I think like as you're setting me down, that's like I have my hands braced on you and just like unload some healing
Okay.
energy, and I'm just kind of like leaning up against a rock, kind of like.
all right. Is there any bonus thing you can do at the moment?
I could stand up.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if you had.
I'll stand up and kind of like get to my feet, and it's a very like jerky, unstable thing. And he's gonna pull his swords out and kind of like shamble after Bron.
Okay. This thing, meanwhile, it's gonna get into the basement, which I can't.
That's in the basement!
I'm having trouble seeing, but all right, hold on. I need to turn. I'm gonna turn off the.
I thought we were in the basement. Are we in a cave?
You're in
below
the
basement?
tunnel. You're in the tunnel that came off from the basement. I'm gonna turn off the dynamic lighting for a moment so I can see where to move this thing, because I can't currently see it with the.
And I can't see any whiskey in
You
this
should be
glass.
able to adjust how opaque the.
Oh, is that a thing I can do?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Because your
Oh,
DM
oh.
can make it transparent.
It's doing weird. My screen is doing weird things, guys. That was strange. Okay, I just need to see. Okay, got to the basement.
Oh, my screen's also doing weird things.
Are you on? Is the like entire shadow moving with you? That's
Yes.
so weird.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a thing.
So I just needed to check a certain distance.
Oh my gosh! I just realized what was happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't go that way.
Based on its okay, I'm gonna turn that back on, just so it doesn't.
Oh God! What did you do?
Okay.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
But just to be
I've never seen it do that before.
yeah, it was doing that while I was building this map too. It was super weird. But just so you guys are aware, for those of you that can see down the tunnel, it had enough speed that it then also burst out of the cellar door. So it is now just free.
I'm free.
Charlie, it's your turn.
As free as the wind.
He's
blows.
getting away.
As free as the grass grows.
What do we do?
We catch it. We get out of here.
What do we
Someone-
what do we do about Allison? She's hurt. I use my entire turn asking questions.
You are a child.
I am a child with 5 intelligence.
And Val's just down.
Yep.
And rocks continue
wait,
to fall.
Wait, I use my turn to rotate again.
Okay.
Oh, I can't because my little rotating thing is over there. Nope. Haha. Okay.
All right, the rock pile continues to grow as I continue to add to my scribbles here. And we come back around to Bron.
Can I say that I hold my action so if Braun tells me what the fuck to do, I do it?
You need to declare a specific action. So you can
I am prepared to run if Braun tells me to run. That's
Okay.
about
That's
it.
what he was
think
going to say.
that's-
He was
okay.
going to say run.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
So Braun's going to use his haste action to pick up Val
Mhm.
and kind of like throw her over his shoulders. And then he's going to be like, run! And he's going to use all of his movement in a dash action to get as far out of there as he can.
Okay. We're gonna since everybody is all together, we're just gonna
Yeah.
fast forward until when you guys get out of the cellar into just the street.
All right.
So I'm gonna copy over people's tokens just for stats sake.
cut to outside.
Give me one moment here. Because we're going to have to theater of the mind this. Because this thing is now just in the courtyard of the manor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still running towards town? What is it doing?
Well, I mean, it's in town.
Okay.
It bursts through the cellar door, so by the time you guys get out there, it is probably like, I'm gonna say it's probably at the gate for the manor, and it is like getting ready to like wrench said gate open. And considering there is a cave-in happening, the house is already like quaking a little bit, and there's already a crowd gathered. So now this crowd, you come out to basically witness anybody who was in the street seeing this monster starting to wrench a gate open and them just running away, terrified.
Does it look banged up? Does it look hurt? Is it bleeding, or is it just poking it?
It you know what? It looks pretty beat up. And I'm gonna, let's see. Just based on turn order, I'm gonna cycle us through after its turn to Charlie. I think makes the most sense when you guys get out there.
So back to my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, he's gonna do what he knows how to do. He's gonna do, actually, he still has some charges of Cone of Cold. And if no one's in the way, how far away could I get within distance to do Cone of Cold? I think it's like 60 or 90
Okay. Yeah, I'd say so. I also need to check to see what its health was because it did not copy over with that when I moved the token. Oh, it's doing the weird light thing again. That's so strange. Okay.
Is it the smartest thing to run straight ahead and try to attack this thing head on? Maybe not. But that's what Charlie's gonna do.
Ooh, more music. Let's see what we got here.
Let me just make sure.
Because this, man,
It
this
it is a
synthwave really
60-foot. It's a
stopped
60
sounding
foot
like
call.
battle music at some point for some reason.
Yeah, I switched over to new music.
Okay, yeah, Richard, you could absolutely get close enough to hit it.
Okay. In that case,
Especially by the time you're like up out of the cellar door, and yeah, you would all, like I said, you witness this thing is like it's starting to rip apart the gate to exit the property, and like I said, anybody who was nearby who would have come, like, because people would notice this building is shaking weird, they'd come to see, and then to see this monster emerge from the cellar door, those people are now freaking out.
Okay. Well, he's gonna use his. He's only got 2 charges left. Is there a thing where if he uses the last charge, it has a chance of breaking?
For what?
That specialty item you gave me, the Wand of Cone of Cold.
Oh.
I would personally recommend
Yeah,
it. 'Cause
yeah,
right
I was
now
gonna
it
say,
seems
like
it's
any
on the side of
wand.
overpowered.
Yeah, no, like
Okay.
any wand, it absolutely has that rule.
Oh, actually, you know what? It says that already. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, I missed
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
it operates like any
So
other
in that
wand.
case, well, I don't know what he's going to think in the moment, but right now he's still got 2 things, so he's just going to go for it. So I need a Constitution saving throw, which will determine if he takes all of this or half of it.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. It got a 24, which I'm imagining beats your DC.
Yeah, it does.
So it's gonna take 13.
13 cold
Okay.
damage.
We've got an
And I imagine
unconscious but
he's-
stabilized Val
I imagine he's used all of his movement to
to you guys
get right on the cusp of 60 feet.
Yeah. Val, you're unconscious.
Wait, did we skip my turn?
No, you're after Braun.
Oh, I can't
from
see the turn
before.
order.
Oh, you can't?
No, can
Yeah.
anybody?
Oh,
No.
I think when you move pages, the turn order.
oh, right.
doesn't
Well,
show,
it's
which is
it's
dumb.
fine. I got it. No, we did not skip yours because I just moved it ahead in time because you guys would have all had to get outside to catch up.
Okay.
Braun, you're up. We basically just had to move ahead around while you got up, Andrew. It's
That's
for
fair.
everybody to get outside to catch up to it.
With that as it is, Braun has a movement of 60 feet.
Okay.
does he make it to the creature, or is how far away is this guy?
I'm gonna say once Charlie blasts it with that cold, it's probably turns to you, and you could I would say you could catch it.
Oh boy.
Although I also have to do one other thing, Charlie. When you blast it with that cone of cold, I don't recall what chameleon color it was previously, but as it turns to you after it gets hit with that cone of cold, now it's sort of like a whitish color, and it's like radiating light.
A cold of cone is just ice cream.
Yes. Whatever. Yeah, it might have been orange before, but now it is white.
Okay.
But Braun, you would be able to catch it with your movement.
Yeah. Then Braun's just gonna move as fast as he can through the ice, trying not to slip, and get up on it and make 3 attacks if he's able to.
Was Allison ever healed?
Just stabilized.
Crap. So she's just laying. Okay, well, Hazard's there. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm fine. It's fine.
And this time I won't use Great Weapon Master,
Okay.
unless you guys think I should. Come on, guys, I'm feeling lucky.
Unless-
I'm ready for this. Who's feeling?
Do
me?
it. Do it.
There's got an alarm
Do it.
going off. What was that?
I got 1 yes,
Do
that
it.
was me, and I don't know why it did that.
and 4 they don't cares.
Do it.
All right, that's 3 hits.
Well,
Numerically or mathematically, there's no way that you will not finish it, Ryan. So describe how you finish this thing off for me.
Oh, shit.
Braun wheels up for a powerful attack, and then he's like, "I'll just do regular attacks." And then he uses 3 regular attacks and cuts him down. But he doesn't feel happy about it. He feels like he could have gone further, but he knows it was for the best.
And it goes down on a knee, and then it fades away into mist like so many other nights before it. And it is defeated.
I have a feeling that Charlie is gonna like just mentally collapse and let go of his concentration, which will probably trigger Braun to also collapse.
You know,
Yeah, actually.
speaking of collapse, you know, there was a cave-in happening near the foundation of this building.
Hey guys, we promised these guards jobs, but not a house, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a good thing you evacuate all those guards, because as you are now clear of the house, that entire house is just going to
Aww.
go down.
I'll paint a little. I'll throw a little paint on that portrait you're building, Bob Roth. There, I think like seeing Braun like zip by with his super speed, with Sid on his back before he set her down. I guess. Hazard like is still like kind of trudging and kind of building up speed, and like eventually just like pushes himself into a nice sprint to catch up, and then like at the doorway or wherever he set her down, I guess Hazard is gonna like collapse to a knee and just like focus his healing power and do not Hunter's Mark, do another cure wounds at 3rd level on Val. Pardon me. And another healing adept. So that
Is
would
there
be
a ghost?
it's
Ghost.
the soul of Allison Shademerk leaving the building.
So that's
No.
another 33.
that
That's
ghost
another-
gets like that ghost is like seeing the light, right? And it's like, oh yeah, Hazard is like running down this hallway and like bricks are falling down behind him, and he's just built up this speed, and he like leaps off the front steps there and like tuck and rolls, and then like healing charges, and the ghost of Val is like leaving. It's like seeing the light. It sees her like ancestors and family, and it's this beautiful garden, and all of a sudden her like ghost foot gets grabbed, and it's like looks back, and there's like this whirlpool, and she gets sucked back into her body, and it's just like
And everything hurts.
clear.
So Val, you...
So- yeah.
Sorry.
So you like feel pain, just the pain of your mortal wounds on your human body.
And Val, you wake up to the
Oh.
sight of
Oh no.
that building, you know, just totally destroyed,
There's so much graffiti.
and a whole crowd gathered around like, yo, that the Probostnik's manor just crumbled. And you've got this whole
Hell.
crowd around you, including, some friends of yours, and one of the bards that Artem voiced in the fun song.
Oh my god, I love that the tier catcher. That was pretty
It was,
great.
Yeah.
it was very good.
How did
Yeah.
we get outside? Exactly.
You also,
were
you didn't
carried.
see him last time. You also see the guy who you tormented back in.
It's
in Fall
Mr.
2.
Hulchin.
And he looks over at Braun, and Hazard is just like, well, I guess it's gonna be easier to auction off the lot now for that shopping mall.
I need a bed.
Braun's gonna look up and say, "It's a bit of a fixer," and then right as he says that, like part of the roof's gonna upper.
All right. Do we want to?
Head hurts. I want
Shall we fade to black to the next morning, because it's gonna be pretty late in the day by the time this whole fight's done anyway.
Sure.
I mean, it's purely fluff at that point, but she would, Val upon waking up would cast Mass Cure Wounds, so everybody would be okay-ish
Okay.
going on about the rest of their day.
Okay. So we can fast forward to having Artem actually join and actually do things. We're gonna fast forward to the morning when the party wakes up.
And
Of
that-
course,
that
you all
minus is healed, right?
say it again.
The minus. From
Yes,
the
your
die.
mods are back. Your max HP dip is fine. Everybody is at 100% the next morning, which is good
Are we
because
at the old local inn?
you are, and you guys have technically not in game at least decided where you're headed next. I know where you guys are headed, but you have not discussed it yet. So, the next morning in the inn, here you
Mhm.
are.
Hazard is eating an unusually large and starchy breakfast.
Same. You know what? Usually, you gotta look after your figure, but same.
I mean,
Yes.
usually it doesn't take so much to refuel. Dude, Val. So we kind of died for a minute there, right?
I think we did, yeah.
Dude, what a fucking rush.
What?
Did you get that? That fucking rush?
No, I got
oh.
what the fucking rush in terms of oh man, I almost died. I don't want to do
Right?
this anymore.
Right? Right, I don't want
I
to
need
die,
to
but
call my mom.
oh, right?
Yeah.
I should write a letter to my mom. But now it's that air, it smells real good, right? These grits, these biscuits, with the butter, it just tastes so good. It's so good. You taste that, right?
And I don't usually like grits. It's pretty good.
I don't usually like grits either, but today these grits are fucking good.
You guys should try the grits at Jacob's Pickles here in the city.
The pepper in there.
You hear that, dude? We
super
need to
good.
try. We need to try pickles grits at Jason's boy.
Okay, I submit to you, sir. Every new city we go to, we try the grits.
Okay.
Keep a list.
All right. But we almost beefed it, but we super didn't.
We really
Like,
didn't.
It's
Thank you, by the way.
Hazard sets a hand on her shoulder. I'm it's gonna take a lot more than that to put us down. They've got to try a lot harder than that.
Honey,
We're in this thing.
do you remember Spitzer the Quitter?
Yeah. That bastard's gonna get it.
Oh dear, okay.
We're at 110% now. You were coasting by at 80, but now we're 110.
Speaking of which, I also forgot to say, you all wake up at level 10.
Woo!
I'll do the actual math later, but it is enough that you guys are at level
Yeah.
10.
Nice.
Braun is gonna sit down
Yee.
next to Charlie with his breakfast plate and kind of slide it over to him. You'll see Charlie's plate has a couple of starchy waffles, and then Braun's plate has a comically large stack of waffles.
So mine's kids menu.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's got the
Just
whipped cream smiley face.
Yeah.
It's the pancakes with the little whipped cream smiley face and one strip of bacon and just very minimal stuff.
Like IHOP kids meal.
Yep. Charlie will happily scarf it down. Oh boy, thank you.
Yeah. Are you
Is
all right?
there juice? I'm gonna go find juice. I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Charlie, hold on.
Yeah?
Are you all right from yesterday?
Oh boy. Yesterday, that was real scary. I gotta say, of all the times that we fought the Dream Monsters, that was the scariest. I didn't know if we were gonna make it out of there. And I was worried that he was gonna, go and destroy the city or something. Like, it got really bad. I'm so glad that you were able to finish it off.
Barely. Basically fell apart at the end there.
Yeah. Oh boy, I still got a bit of a headache. My head was killing me last night.
I can imagine. You looked inside. What did you see?
Oh, it was all sorts of colors. I couldn't even make out any shapes or anything other than the dream monster that was coming through. Other than just all sorts of colors. You wouldn't like it.
Okay. All right, go
Not
get
at all. Like actually, Tony, would when he had the haunting dreams, would he have seen any of that before?
Nope.
That was not at all what I expected. I expected lots of darkness and other stuff, but instead, it was very colorful.
It was a kaleidoscope.
Yeah, like when people have the dreams, they typically see these things like in their own hometown doing something, not where they come from.
Okay. So yeah, that was pretty alarming.
But you didn't see any land or armies?
No, just colors. Just lots and lots of colors.
I wonder if it was the portal, however they used to get around.
Oh, so maybe that was just a portal, but it wasn't the other side of it.
Maybe. I don't know. We should look into it.
So we just took care of the two things that were the tablets, right? The tablets told us about these two. Where are we gonna go from here?
Speaking of, just because I forgot to show you your fun little Mega Man screen here, just so you all get a chance to see it, as you've taken out another one of the knights, and perhaps now it also, the old words talked about how there was 8 or 9 of these things, and maybe now it makes a little more sense why there's 8 or 9, because maybe some people saw those twins, maybe some people saw the combined one. So there you go. That's where that variability comes in.
I thought it was just you were going to decide, see how well we did.
Nope.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was like a main boss in the center.
Nope.
Or what.
I made my decision. I just had a weird. Technically, 2 of them are 1. But
Makes sense.
you've made another. You've beaten another. So, anyway, yes. Charlie just posed. What next?
Well, they seem to think that there were others, possibly in other cities. At least they were investigating them there. You still have at least 3 or 2 more. And since we're in this part area, anyways, we're not too far. I think it's time I go and checked on home.
Oh boy, home?
Northport.
When's the last time you were home?
It was before the circle, before the coup. It was probably
I
a
don't
couple
know what
weeks.
those are, but okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been like you're getting close to 2 months, I think.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't planning on staying out this long, but I guess if it takes me back there, we have to make sure that they're not dealing with that right now.
Do you have any family back at home?
No, not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. They died.
It's complicated.
They brought back from the dead or something?
Listen, you two over there, talking about death rushes. Are you all right there?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. What are we doing next?
We decided that we are going to go from town to town and try all of the grits.
Great.
That is what we have been our calling in life now.
Well, I can tell you from personal
These two giant
experience
grits.
that the grits of Northport are terrible.
Don't.
Pack your bags. Let's go.
Wait, is that where we're going? I wasn't paying at all any attention to that conversation that you two were having. I didn't see that weird Hey, no! I am not child lady. No, you.
So
It evolved into an argument at the bar.
So to bounce back to the main, so let's see here, main map for a bit. So you're in Hilson. It's gonna take a little over a day's travel on the train to get to the capital, and then from there you can secure your further transport up to Northport. Just move the cool S over. So yeah, it's gonna take a little over a day to get there. So you'll arrive on the 19th
On the way to the train
of Indigo Moon, and that would leave about a month and a half since Braun would have left home. Actually,
I'd definitely grab a couple quivers of arrows on the way out. I am down to 0.
Okay.
So quivers.
And so you're on your train on that ride over. While you guys are on the train, at some point during the trip, a familiar face will come into your train car.
I don't know. These crits are kind of subpar, I guess. Do we know this guy?
I think it's missing the bacon in this one. I think the last one was.
Oh, actually, Hazard and Charlie might not know this guy.
Yeah, I don't think Charlie knows him.
That's true.
I think he's from the Order.
Can we help you, sir?
He's the one that you've been sending your tracings to, if you recall.
If you're here to kill us, you need to take a number. We're eating breakfast right now.
You really don't recognize me? It's only been a few weeks.
It's been months, sir. It's been months.
I am Rufus Burberry of the Order of Torm in Bright Bay, or Angel Town, as it is apparently colloquially referred to.
Oh, right, yes. What are you doing out here?
I am actually on my way to proposition the Circle about some information. They're not meeting right now, but I figure I should still get there and, address this whole Dream Knight threat that you have all been combating. It occurred to me that you all have been fighting these knights, yes, but, well, Braun, you've served on a city watch. You're familiar with how guards and how armies work. There's no army that merely consists of 8 or 9 knights. These may be the main, generals of his army, but I can't imagine this Dream King has only 9 knights. There must surely be other troops. And if that's the case, we'll certainly need more than just you all to fight them.
Can't argue with that.
So I'm on my way to the Circle. I have a contact, actually, one of the Centaur people, who I'm supposed to meet with about possibly requisitioning some of their forces. And considering your all's experience, it's pretty fortuitous that I ran into you on this train. If you would like to come along for that meeting, I'm sure your experiences would help in
We're gonna meet
convincing
centaurs?
them. Well, yes, you would meet one. I apologize. We have not met before. They were traveling with, these two were traveling with different mercenaries last time. I'm Rufus. It's a pleasure to meet you. He'll reach down to Charlie.
Hi, Rufus. I am Charlie. People call me Charlie.
Very nice to meet you. And he turns to Hazard. Again, my name is Rufus.
Do I shake his hand or what, guys?
Yeah, you could shake his hand. He's
Elbow.
okay.
I think it's safer to do elbows right
Elbows.
now.
Mm.
I put out the foot and do like the inside foot dab, so it's like or dap, so it's like a foot up, but with the inside of the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. So, yes, I am on my way to Octon to meet with the Circle. I also figure at some point I should meet with the Tieflings at the Temple of Glacia and Scorchstone to address the same issues. Perhaps they'll be able to entreat their patrons on the Hell side about this whole situation, and at some point my order will need to entreat with the Heaven side about the situation. I'm also thinking it might be a good opportunity, or the right time, to perhaps pay a visit to the Flying City and speak to the Modrons for a bit of an unbiased look at things.
Yeah. Well, we're checking off a lot on their list. So if they suddenly find all of their heralds are destroyed, it might speed up their plans. So
Yes.
It's a good idea we have a response.
So, in short, for your note-taking there, for any possible threads you can pull, you're on your way with him now to the capital, but he also does want to visit with the Tieflings in Scorchstone. He wants, for purposes of addressing all the hell stuff, his own order wants to address some sort of heaven stuff, and he may also visit the Flying City. So that's kind of 3 other avenues you guys could go down as well. Just if you
And
want
he wants to talk to centaurs, but that sounds honestly lame. We could just skip that part. just totally forget about it.
yeah.
Dumb.
So those are the some other threads you can pull at some point. Just FYI.
Okay.
So I'm trying to just like basically give you guys like every possible waypoint, so you could just go wherever you want to go.
Great.
So you've got all that. And with that, if we would like to just fast forward to when you arrive in the capital, well, we can do that.
All right.
Okay. So everybody arrives in the capital. Good old city of Octon. If anybody needs a quick refresher, capital of the continent, the circle meets here in the middle. The biggest outer ring here is kind of the poor part of town. Middle ring is sort of the middle class. Center ring is the upper class. Val's family is here on the outer ring, as we are aware. But you get yourself to the circle, and you journey with Rufus in there, and before he meets with this particular centaur contact, if Roll20 wants to acknowledge what I'm typing here, someone else, another familiar face, will meet you guys at the door. Good old Mr. August Red. He'll shake everybody's hands.
August, good to see you.
You as well. There has been, well, not a lot happening here, but I'd say 2 major shifts.
There has been some changes, yeah, probably.
Yes. Well, let me just say, in the absence of our former elf queen, you are now looking at the newly elected mayor of the city.
Well, congratulations.
It's quite a promotion.
Thank you. Has he met Charlie or Hazard either? I don't
No,
think he
we
has.
haven't been back to the capital in forever.
I appreciate
Charlie's
your
just gonna go
congratulations.
like, it's a long story.
I see. Well, to these 2 new faces here, August Red, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Former captain of the guards here at the city, and now mayor of said city.
Former guard, huh? So you have no interest in the people in mind, just keeping food on the throats of the masses. Is that it?
I don't think anybody's...
Both Braun and August are both gonna like turn like, did this bitch just say?
I really hope as the new mayor you can pay attention to what the people need.
I will say though, Braun, he did specifically just say he's formerly head of the guard
Yes.
and is no longer.
No, but I'll
Yes.
second that. He needs to take care of what the people need. Namely, the people in the outer ring.
The people who need the help, not the people in the inner ring.
But is anyone curious about who's taken over said guards?
Who's the new guard,
I am.
Captain?
Thank you.
Blaze over.
Oh, Braun Hamstrung and Company. It has
Oh,
been
no.
far too long, but
Please,
you are
no.
literally a sight for sore eyes.
Charlie, cast fireball. Just blow him up or blow me up. Either one, I
August
don't
here's
care.
the man now, so you're looking at the new head of the guards for the entire city of Octon. That's right. Put him up here, up top.
I'll
Anybody?
wait for him
No?
to get close and I'll shoot both.
Okay,
of you.
I'll do my own. Hey, thanks, little lady. Thanks, Val. Oh, we got 2 fresh faces here. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Tris Krager, new head of the guard here in Octon. Nice to meet you all.
This guy doesn't look like a guard.
Brown, my
Hey,
instinct
he's
is to hate
totally
his
a
face.
guard. Just do not don't count him out for his chutzpah, you know?
August, do you really think this is a good idea? Putting him in charge
He
of the
was-
entire guard?
He was second in command, and I mean, he's got charisma, and
I think he's pretty delightful, really.
and he does care about this city as a whole, not just those who put the money in his pocket.
Ron, I hate him. I don't know why, but I instinctively hate his face.
You should trust
I
your
hate
instincts.
his face!
I'm gonna punch you with the gauntlet.
Anyway, August has got mayoral business to take care of, so if you don't mind, I'll take your little party here to meet with Mr. Rufus Burberry's contact. Really great to have y'all back in the city. Yes, I leave you in Triss's capable hands.
Just a large ice spike, Charlie. If you conjure a large ice spike and then just shoot it through my head.
I cure wounds. I cast.
Oh,
Cure
that
Wounds on
actually
Ron.
reminds me. I need to see how many charges I get in my thing.
Oh, for your wand.
Back to full.
Nice.
So anyway, Triss Krager, like, walking down the hallways of the circle, just ceaselessly speaking the entire time. Blah, 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 blah. And you can tell, like, even Rufus, the good patient paladin, is just like,
Go lay down.
this guy does not
Time
shut
for
up.
bed, go lay down.
He's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, actually, let me bring Rufus
I
in
don't
here, too,
remember
'cause he
my
is with you guys.
actual feelings for him, but Sydney thinks that he is quite delightful.
Anyway, here we are. The office of one Airfort Lancer. I will leave you in his capable hooves. And he'll knock, 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 and then walk away.
Wait, hold
And-
on a second. Hooves?
And as you
Okay,
ask
bye.
that, again, if Roll20 wants to load things, the door will open.
Oh, gonna meet a centaur. Gonna meet a centaur.
And yes, Charlie, a centaur
Yep.
will
Oh
open
boy!
that door. A very Jason Momoa looking centaur.
I've
will
heard
open
about
that door.
centaurs. I've never met one before.
No, I don't think I've met one either, actually. Have I? I don't think I have.
Oh wow, no shirt. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Just
no shirt.
staring right in
he
the chest.
looks right down at you all. He says, "Can I help you all?"
No
Oh
pants
wait, he's
either.
a PC.
More of a Mac guy, actually, but you know.
Surely, as a centaur, you look at this city as abomination against nature, and you look to reclaim the land.
Not quite. I think you
Oh.
don't really know much about centaur, other race relations, do you?
To be fair, no. Wait, let me roll a history check on that. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, Hazard would be the one to see a centaur and go, horse person!
No, I think with the one, I know absolutely nothing about it, but I don't want to admit that. So I'm like, plenty. I know stuff. I know things.
I feel like a 1 would be you
You
have
say
heard-
something blatantly offensive.
exactly, yeah,
Like,
like
look,
you've
a
heard
horse
the wrong
person.
things.
You know what?
You're
I'm
like-
pissed off that the local governance is not giving you free horseshoes. I think that's fucked up.
Everyone knows that if centaurs were pants, they would look like this, and then he draws the picture. Of
I
them,
was
just the
actually just
back
gonna
half.
start Googling parts
How
of
do
shit
you
like
with-
that.
He does that like horse, like huff, like. He's gonna move back a little bit to make some space in the door. Please come into my office.
Oh, he's got an office. Wow.
So with the one, am I naturally ignorant to to an offensive level about his culture?
Probably. Honestly, like, in this,
But
this
lean
in
into
this
it.
world, there's so much, meshing of races in so many of the cities, but centaurs and Aarakocra are kind of the two most isolated as far as, the main races, so that's honestly fair that you probably have little to no knowledge of them.
But as a wood elf, I'd like to think I'm like one of those cultural appropriating hippie types where it's like I do the dreads and don't get why it's probably not, just maybe not.
You're one of those people who thinks that they're very woke, only to find out later that he's not.
Right. So that'll be my new character arc. Is not as woke as I thought.
So, what can I help you all with? There was some sort of message that I received from the Order of Torm.
Do they make you shovel your own manure? That's not fair, my dude.
Dear sir or madam, I'm not sure which he is. We are looking for dream monsters.
I will take this. Yes, Lancer, Rufus Burberry, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am the one who sent you said letter.
Oh, good to meet you. And he shakes his hand.
Yes, which, of course, the contents of the letter kept you up to date on this whole night situation. I've brought some friends of mine, as we happen to be on the same worm train, to perhaps give more credibility to the story. But it is as I've written it there. This Dream King from the Neverside intends to invade and destroy our world, a threat enough in of itself. And it is sending these heralds, these Dream Knights, through these gates. And we've been able to keep a decent lid on the issue so far, but been spending more time thinking and researching this issue, and it occurs to me that while this king may have 8 or 9 heralds, although based on the story they told me the number does seem to be 8, it may have that many generals, if you will, in its army, but certainly a king would have far more troops than just those 8, and if that is the case, then we need to be prepared on our side. And I thought, well, what better military to address than the centaurs?
Right.
So
So you come asking for troops for a force that may or may not exist.
You come here today on the day of my
Well,
daughter's
the
wedding.
threat is real. I couldn't. The truth is, I cannot estimate the scale of the threat. And with that in mind, it's better to err on the side of caution, and I would hope your folk would understand that. Being safe, erring on the side of caution. So if perhaps just a garrison or 2 could occupy a space where the suspected gates may be, should one emerge and cause general trouble, as was the case most recently down in Hilson, I'm sure the word will spread soon enough.
And where are these suspected gates?
Well, we've been able to address many of them so far. This group here, this
I
group
feel
here
like the
has.
we should be coming from my mouth. We, and he's gonna kind of.
Yeah, he'll wave to you guys.
We have been able to handle most of them. I believe about 5 now of the possible 8. We found one in Hilson. We found one in the Yanti home city. We found one in. Did we find one in the Yanti city? Or was that another place? We found one in the Dragonborn home. We found one outside the cat people.
Well, and you know, those 2 merged into one, and they did some weird things too. So,
Oh, right.
so I think those 2 like without the
What?
sound effect.
Wait, you, the 4 of you?
There were 2 other people at some point, but they retired.
But still, like a solid 4, though. Also,
So
like it was never 6.
well, okay, so 3 people and a child were able to defeat the
person.
generals?
I'm not a kid, I swear. I'm 21. I'm just
Can
Yes.
he insight
oh,
that?
him. Yes. Yeah, go for it.
Oh crap! No, I rolled it to myself. It's an 18 though.
If I go
Deception.
if I go like a passive persuasion, yes, you definitely get that. And he's offended and frustrated with being called a child.
There's
So,
no such thing as a
okay, let
passive
me
persuasion.
rephrase that. 2 children were able to help in defeating these generals. Why should we even worry about the army?
Believe it or not, they've been very hard-fought battles.
There is also a man named Spitter the Quitter that we should probably get an army sent on too. So,
Now,
yeah.
not the time.
We
But
should
when
definitely
is
go
the
kick his
time?
ass.
Because if we're talking about things that could just come and murder our faces, I feel like that is an abomination that needs to be taken care of very soon.
We think that these knights have been generals, but honestly, we have no idea. They could be heralds. They could be just bannermen, for all we know. We haven't seen any kind of army, any kind of leadership. All we know is they come out, speak about their king, that he's coming, and then we fight to the death, and we nearly lose every time.
What's your people's stance on flour?
Listen, I appreciate your plight and the flattery of coming to us as a strong military force, but let me put it from my perspective. You are asking us to pull away garrisons of troops from the Aarakocra front, which is an ever-constant threat to our people, and to place them who knows where, waiting for something that may come from these mad raving generals that you may or may not have a king. I'm just saying there's a lot of questions and not a lot of actual information you're giving me to base this deployment off of.
Well, why don't you just come with us then and get the answers for yourself?
Yeah, I feel like you're going to feel awfully foolish when it becomes a greater deal and you are going to be ill prepared already having information on it. And then you're probably going to go to your Twitter and be like, it wasn't a hoax. I did not fire anybody that could have helped this preemptively.
Valson, you do have all the research we've accumulated, correct?
I do, yeah.
Show him.
I show him all of the papers with the mysteries of the universe written upon them. And since we do have the little book that translates, I'll whip that out too.
So what is that exactly? Because I haven't been keeping a super close eye.
So for the most part, we have a bunch of there's like a sketch of one of the archways, and then we have a bunch of I don't know, glyphs that isn't.
It's kind of like a dead arcane language.
Yeah, it's not known writing to the frickin' Primaterial plane, and it's not like a language that's, if I remember right, it's not a language anybody speaks or like knows how to speak. It's just this language.
It's like a thought language.
Correct.
And we have a whole bunch of that, along with a book that kind of loosely translates it all. And I had the actual spiel of the thing from whenever they decided to poof out. Oh yeah, here's the.
Oh, okay, you got it. I was gonna say I can pull it up for you.
What you would know is that if he's at all learned in history or magic, that this doesn't show up in any amount of backstory or history that you've ever heard of. This seems to be thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years old. Completely unknown.
I mean, he's gonna look at it for like a second as it's displayed on his table, and look up at you all and look at it. This is gibberish. What?
To an untrained
Do
eye.
you sit and write it okay, have a seat, Mr. Centaur Man. Okay, so this letter here corresponds with this letter here. So we can construe that this word here says hail. You know, if you cross-reference all
let me
of
stop
these.
you here right here.
So,
I think you need to stop talking down to him. He is a friend and an intelligent man.
If I were to take this, what you've just shown me,
yeah.
and to take it to the higher ups, to my generals, they would just throw this out immediately. This is not evidence. These are pictures and drawings and some sort of strange doodles. Do you have one of their heads, perhaps?
I don't have a head, but I would like to use Phantasmal Force to show him the last creature that we fought.
Okay.
With your permission, sir, I would like to cast a spell to show you exactly what we fought the last time. If need be, I can show you the things we fought the time before that, and the time before that. And if we got to go down the line, I can also show you Spitter the Quitter on the down low, so just don't tell Braun. We'll get there. So I'm gonna cast a pacifist variant of Phantasmal Force, and I'll show him that latest Dream Knight.
Okay.
And the two that it was beforehand, because I have a minute of showing him shit.
Okay.
So.
You got those pictures, Tony?
Yep, here you go. This picture actually has all three in it, so.
Hey.
There you go.
That definitely strange. I feel like, the little one had a point. I might need to see something like this for myself. Do you know where another one is, perhaps?
Funny story, probably not.
Well, we have a few leads. We just have to narrow things down.
We've been to the one in Pawtooth. We've been to the one in Zuriala. We've been to the one in Sasena. We've been to the one in, I think, Canup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Scorchstone is the, I'm guessing, Tiefling homeland.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've never been to Scorchstone.
And we haven't been to the Northport one. I'm actually from Northport. I'm the guard captain there.
He's
comes to
feeling
fight.
homesick, so I guess we're gonna visit there next.
I'm not homesick, but I am concerned.
Let been homesick this entire time. I never came back home and visited my family.
Me too. I
Oh.
miss my parents. Does that make me a wimp?
I don't really have parents.
See that, Ron? You're being very selfish,
You
right?
just
Northport isn't that far from Octon, right?
Yep,
It's
it's
really
just north.
not.
now.
It's I think like a day's travel or half a day's travel north, something like that. Depending on your transport, we'll calculate that.
Well, if you are heading to Northport next, I could accompany you, as was offered, and see for myself then if there you have credible intelligence. Then I could act upon that.
The way we see it is these heralds, for whatever purpose they are, the difference between stopping them here and now is making sure this isn't a global assault versus a very localized one. If
Yeah,
they were
there's
pouring
the-
out of portals from everywhere, we'd be overrun and likely destroyed.
We were
We
late
need
for
to
the one in
flatten the
Canada.
curve.
Everyone needs to stay home and stop touching their face.
Flatten the curve. We can deal with these one by one over a longer period of time with less pressure.
But if you can spare it, you should come with us to the Northport. We'll show you what we're up against.
I think that is definitely possible. I do just have to check with the missus first.
That
How
makes
is me
sense.
alright?
And just keep in mind, we already have a team dad, so you'd be like
Wait.
team uncle, I guess. So like,
This
I
is
mean,
not
that's
true.
cool.
None of those things exist.
Like he's
No,
the
but that's like
daddy.
that's super
Team
great
dad.
that he is a father. But what if he has like kids and now we're gonna be like, oh no, we killed this lady's husband and she's never going to come back to raise his colts
he's
or
not gonna
foals
die.
or
He's like-
cowsters. I
No,
don't.
No, it's
Mm.
fine because like if they get their heads chopped off, they just grow back.
I don't think that's how it works. I'm like, Tracy.
What do you mean? Of course, it's how it works.
I don't think that's how it works.
I'm sorry, I don't think I
I'm
caught
a
your name.
wood
What,
elf. I'm Elvin. I think I know how these things work.
what do you call yourself?
Me?
I'm
Oh,
Captain Airfort Lancer. You can call me Lancer.
Lancer. If
I will
need to
call
check-
you Lance.
That's not what I said.
Well, that's too bad, isn't it?
Lance Baz.
Oh,
Lancer.
no.
If you,
Do you
That's
use
exactly
a
where I was
lance?
I don't know.
You don't know if you use a lance?
No, I don't use a lance.
Oh.
We're all just fucking idiots, and we're just here to like freaking make Lance and Braun's life miserable, and I love it.
I
Do you
rolled a
do
nat
you
one.
do
What's
you
y'all's-
prance?
No.
I feel like you could if you wanted to.
I feel like you did at least once in your life for sure, Z's.
Not in
Lancer.
combat. What?
Oh, there's
Loud.
a ship pulling into the port. Save that for when we get to Bronze Town.
sure. It's a port. Lancer, if you need to speak to any family or loved ones, by all means, please go ahead.
All right. Well, when are you heading out for Northport?
It's probably getting. You're probably like an hour or so from dinner time right about now, if I had to guess. Just FYI.
Well, we're in Octon now. I'm assuming that Val will want to see her family, but probably not long after that. Maybe come
I have
morning.
A couple of chores, yeah.
Well, seeing as you might be heading out in the morning, if you all are looking for a place to stay or dinner to eat, why don't you all come to my place?
How are the grits? I've been on a grits kick lately.
I don't think
We're
he's-
comparing grits, regional grits.
I'm not entirely sure what my wife made, but they're good.
Excellent. I always enjoy ethnic food. We should like try the ethnic food.
Oh my god, Val, cast silence on him, please.
Oh, I could rework my spells to actually have that. Ha ha! I
we'll,
haven't reworked my spells yet.
We'll take a break. We'll take a break in a little bit for you guys to be able to do that. Let's play out. I think the rest of this evening, and then we'll take a break and we'll pick up the next morning. So we'll go over to Lancer's house, which I envision like at most a centaur's house is no more than 2 stories because horses and stairs.
Oh, yeah.
But
Wow.
Cows, you.
But so I was thinking of like, you know, something like this with like a longer staircase that could actually be taken.
Yeah.
Braun, does your house look like this?
No.
There was no opportunity to like smash cut to it. But what I imagine is like Lancer's like, all right, let me go before y'all come in. Like I'll talk to my wife basically. And then from outside, the party just hears, "You want to go and do what?"
Listen, it's not that big of a deal. It's just one night, one day journey, and I'll be back after the next.
Yeah, it's one day's journey now, but how long will it take by the time you're actually back home?
A few days at most.
Who wears the big shoes of the family? You know what I mean.
And the door just like flies open. My grits are delicious. Get in here. So yeah, you all come inside, and well, Lancer can make the introductions to his family.
She's got true grit.
Well, everyone, this is my wife, Ilcia.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm sure they're running around somewhere. Oh, here they are, as two children Centaur come running around the corner.
Hey!
So this is Marana and Dorian. Say hello, kids.
Hello, kids.
Hello, Milana and Dorian. I'm Charlie. Would you like to go play?
Dorian will be like, "Yeah, sure. No one's rode horse on me in forever."
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
See, I told you guys.
I told you we're going to end up accidentally killing these people's father. We need
We're
very
not.
stringent guidelines for this group. We have
We-
everything to lose.
What kind of games do centaurs play? And he goes off and
Yep. It's
plays.
definitely you riding on one of them, like for
I
sure.
told you guys, I told you guys that asking if you can ride them is not offensive. I told you.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, you
I
know.
didn't ask if I could ride one. I just asked if I could play.
He's
You're
a
off
buddy.
playing. You don't hear this.
Lancer's like a high-level diplomat or general or something,
But
right?
he is a father. And now we're
Yeah.
going to take him with us, and we almost
Does-
like we almost died on that last one. All right.
What's with all this
For
secret
sure.
whispering in my house? If you got things to say, just say it.
Your hair looks lovely, and you are so beautiful, and your coat is so shiny, Mr. Braun.
Why are we having this conversation? Braun's like a grandfather, and we don't worry about him losing his family.
Hey,
First
hey,
of all,
hey,
first
hey.
of all,
Braun is a badass, okay?
Yeah, he is. No one's arguing that.
I'm not a grandfather.
What?
He's an awesome kick butt
Oh, I'm
grandpa.
so
He's like Clint
sorry.
Eastwood or something, okay? Or Chuck Norris, if Chuck Norris was a grandpa. Chuck Norris is a
Lancer,
grandpa.
you are a formidable centaur, I assume.
I like underwater weaving, and
I mean, yes, quite. I served in the Centaur military for over 10 years. Actually, this
Ah,
position here in Octon is quite recent, only in the last few years. I'm itching to get back out in the field a little bit.
completely understand. What's your weapon of choice? I know centaurs are favorable to spears, maybe bow and arrow.
Well, let me show you actually. And he brings you over into the living room area, which on the wall has this giant great axe like mounted to the wall, javelins, and then his medals because he is quite an like a awarded soldier.
When we see all the medals, Braun's gonna shoot a look to Val like, oh, and this one's for.
I could totally carry one of those things or something.
I recognize that. That's the one for saving your entire platoon. Is that correct? This gold medal right here.
Oh yes, actually, I carried 3 of them on my back as I ran from the fires enveloping the camp.
I told you guys asking for a ride is not offensive. I don't get why we're still having this conversation.
Just as a point of order,
Yeah.
riding on a centaur's back, they must trust the person that they're allowing to ride them. It's not just a thing that you should do.
Hazard has a realization and ponders his preconceptions. I'd like to think there's some character growth here. This would be
Man, I can't believe we
fantastic.
got a full arc in this episode, guys. We fucking did it. Can you believe
Yeah.
it?
We're done.
This is a very
Bonus
special
XP.
episode.
Look at us.
I'm a better man.
Like there's just a gold light around him. It's like racism here.
That's on the skill tree. It's like one of the outer rings, just removes all racism.
Oh man, beautiful.
It's a charisma feat.
Yeah.
Game makers, get on that.
I love this drawing of Charlie on Dorian's back. Is Charlie wearing like? Why does Charlie have like a Mr. Rogers sweater? What's with this like yellow sweater?
Because he was cold.
I'm not an artist.
In the neighborhood.
I'm not an artist.
Okay, so what does the wife do though? Because it sounds like she can totally take him down.
My wife?
Huh?
She's a druid.
I can speak for myself, Lancer. Why don't you stand over there and trot?
Uh,
Yeah, what do you want to know about me?
Are you more of a badass than your husband is? Because it totally looks like it.
Is a fire hotter than a puddle of water?
Yeah, girl. Yes.
Jeez,
Yeah, but
sounded
no, totally. We're, just know that you coming with us. It's not just, like, oh, look at this weird little creature that's, big and scary. It's serious business, Mr. Lentz, and like you should enjoy your time with your. Not that you're going to die, but definitely like enjoy your family this evening.
well, I enjoy my family every evening,
Well,
but
like take special care and like hug your kids and
I
stuff.
think you worry too much. I can take care of myself.
And do me a favor, because I got another gathering season coming up. If you can find me some sort of sitter for the kids, that would be handy.
All right.
Wow, guys, I just got back from playing with the kids, and they sure do love their dad.
It's true. Our dad's the best.
We also love that he's alive.
The best thing about my dad is that he's present.
Cut Val just like glaring, like looking at Brown, like. You hear that, Mr. Brown? They love his dad. They love their dad.
If at some point during I assume we eventually like sit down,
Yeah.
have dinner and drinks at some point, and based on this lovely home, I'm guessing that Lancer has this nice porch area.
Yeah.
At some point, Braun's gonna like catch Lancer when they're both outside getting some air, and kind of have an aside with him.
He.
Oh,
This
sorry.
is
Now
like,
Charlie's
if
just
they're-
floating in the void.
Oh, God.
If they're on the porch and
Oops.
it's like evening, he'll actually like pull out like a
I'll
bottle
move
of
him.
like
Oh,
nicer Centaurian scotch and be like, "Do you drink?"
Oh, do I?
He's gonna pour some and offer one to.
Centaurian Scotch. It's been at least 10 years.
While you're talking, I imagine like sort of out in the yard, Charlie's like trying to do like a Van Damme split between both of the centaurs like, as they're running.
Yep.
They're trying to ski on them.
I cast haste on both of them
Ooh.
to see how.
God.
Oh, dude, isn't your speed
What
like?
have you done?
I think is Centaur speed 50?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are booking it.
And I'm just like, we made it to the other side of town, guys. We gotta turn back. Oh no, we're in the outer circle now. This could be dangerous.
So,
Not
Lancer,
dangerous out there. It's fine.
Yes.
clearly you're a centaur of renown. You've seen your fair share of battles, of war, but seem to have quite a home for yourself here, quite a family.
Yes, they saw fit to promote me to a officer's position following the last battle that I was in.
You know, where I come from in Northport, sometimes guards get promotions like that. Do you know what they call it?
Mm.
Riding the desk.
Mm.
But I could be
Yeah.
wrong. But you seem like someone who likes to run.
I do miss it. I mean, it's nice representing the Centaur Nation and all that. You know, I feel for my nation, but there's something about combat that's just different.
Sure. Well, I feel like you should know, as a fair warning, these fights against these knights, which, if you hang out with us with long enough, you'll eventually find one. They're not easy. Just a day ago, we all nearly fell to one that became two, and it nearly got free.
No, I think they should be afraid of me as well.
I'm just
He's
saying.
gonna like pull up his axe, one hand it pretty easily.
I'm just saying, it's dangerous. Places we go and the enemies we meet.
Bring it on.
All right. Just felt you deserved a fair warning. We haven't lost anyone yet, but we've come close. Many times.
Just yesterday.
It's part of being a soldier.
And who knows, if you really click here, you seem to have the experience, maybe you'll take a bit of a leadership role here. Make sure these kids are safe. In case.
Why are you traveling with children?
You know, I ask myself that every day.
He
That
does
seems
ask every day. It's
a little
kinda
irresponsible.
tiring. No, I'm not like any other child. I'm a special child.
You could
Is
say
Charlie-
that Hazard is pretty special too.
I don't know if Charlie's even there, actually.
They're all adept for what they do. They're all quite tricky or clever, powerful. But they all have the drive to keep going. That's why they're still here. That's why they're... Honestly, I trust them more than I trust myself.
Well, as long as they know how to fight, we can help keep them safe a little bit.
I know that I don't know how much longer I can do this. I don't know how long centaurs live. But in human years, I'm getting up there. And I've come close many times. And I don't want this to be my last hurrah. I'd much rather be sitting at home drinking a whiskey than hold up his glass. But I can't let them go alone. They still need leadership. You might be able to offer that to them, if you're willing.
Depends on what we find.
That is the big operative thing.
At some point, Ilcia will walk by. Don't get him too drunk now. He still needs to take one last ride before this trip, if you catch my drift.
You have a lovely wife. And Brock says that with clear fear in his voice.
Where's he going?
Lancer just laughs at that. He's like, "Yes, I do."
At some
you
point,
better get going.
we'll transition over to a very different house, because I assume if y'all are staying there, Val will probably stay in her own home this evening.
Yeah.
So at some point, Val will pay a visit to her family in a very different,
My hovel.
very different house.
One room.
Yeah, you got the problem with that? Huh?
Nope. I'm
Gonna
not
go
there.
stay in my one room home.
Yeah.
There's a
Val,
loft.
Val, your house is just not quite as nice as the Centaur's, just saying.
Well, not very many houses this far out of Sentra or Octon.
Oh. I guess you gotta get a lot of money then.
Yeah. I've been working on that.
What do you do when you're not being a hero?
I work, or I did work.
Oh, what do you
And
do?
then Mr. Anvir kind of fired me, I guess.
Oh.
So that should be fun. But I think Ildan is working with the town guard now. Maybe. So it should be okay for them, I think. Perhaps. I hope. I haven't sent them money in a while.
Well, we better go get some gold.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll go spend some time with my family. And if we want to gloss over it, and I don't expect you to like be prepared for it at all.
Oh, I am.
But in the middle of the night, kind of when the parents and Ildan are down for bed, I would like to go check out the Anders house
Oh.
to see.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go and do it this evening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very much just kind of getting an eye on it. Are they still gone? If they are gone, is there, guards circling the building? Stuff like that.
Right, because they have that special dagger at home.
Mm-hmm.
One more. Let me see. I have some stuff for that I made a while ago, but I'm not sure specifically what I have. I might just have like an actual map of the house, which would not be the case because you're. Oh, you know what? I have. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Ah.
I'd like to use Dimension Door to go
Um,
straight inside, get the dagger, and leave.
I do have a picture of their house. This is their house. It seems to be unguarded and seems to be currently unoccupied. They're apparently still on their holiday. Because they would definitely call it a holiday.
I'm
Did you
still
show a
on
picture
Not a
of the
vacation.
house?
I am not the awful.
I think you gotta change the page.
Oh, did I not move you guys over to it? I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm looking at my one-bedroom home. Oh, Jesus. Cool.
Chronologically, I can think it makes more sense if you probably check this on the way to your house. Because it's in the inner circle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just, maybe take note of what the status is if there's people, like, hanging out outside of it. Like, maybe they've returned home and they're on guard, or just,
Seems to still be unoccupied. And
Wonderful.
pretty much unguarded.
Wonderful. Even better.
Should
But
I do
eventually-
a sweep real fast?
I think Val's by herself. Because y'all are staying at
Oh,
Lancer's
my
house.
bad.
But Val, you do go eventually back to your own home for the evening.
Yep.
And just knock.
And they turn my room into, like, a craft room or something.
Yeah. And as some updates to how the family is doing. Your brother, Ildan, is very much, yes, still working for the guard and doing a great job. But as your mother says, he's doing such a good job. Apparently there's this sort of guard exchange program, and your brother might be swapping for an Arakakra guard in one of their cities.
Thanks, I hate everything about that. Wonderful.
It could be a very good opportunity for him.
Well, it could be, but also we're working with this intern man now, so...
You have suddenly gone very squeaky, my daughter.
The thing with the Arakakra, the centaurs against the Arakakra? Or
Yeah.
they working together with the Arakakra?
Oh, they don't like it. They don't like each other.
Fuck.
That's like the one region that's kind of always like this, still. Those two.
What if, like, hypothetically you send them with, like, the kitty creatures, like in catnip or something? Is that an option for him to have? Also, is the Arakakra going to be staying here?
Yes, that would be how the exchange program works. He switches for one of their guards, vice versa, to sort of learn how the whole process works. Listen, it's rare for the Arakakra to even do that. They are a very selfish people.
It'll be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. I'll just have a chat with a friend, is all. At some point.
Okay. Your father apparently is also up for some position, doing some sort of custodial work in the Circles building too, so that could be good for us. Save up
That's
some money.
wonderful. Yes. That's great.
I haven't found much. I still keep an eye on neighborhood kids when the need be, but not much more than that.
No, but everybody's finding jobs, and that's
true.
quite wonderful, I think.
I suppose in all your travels, if anyone needs a sort of maid or housekeeper, or even just somebody to perhaps watch their little ones, I can do that.
Yeah, maybe we could get you, like, a train ticket or something, and you can make a commute or something.
Oh,
Maybe.
perhaps.
I don't know. I can talk to somebody. I'm friends with the mayor.
I see. Very interesting. Your father would probably want to use that connection too. Anyways, your room is untouched from the last time you were here, so go ahead and get some sleep, daughter, and I suppose I'll see you off in the morning for this next leg of your crazy adventure.
Okay, Mama. Good night.
Good night.
Run and just be like, That's great. That's super. It would be Eric Cocker, wouldn't it? It's totally fucking fine.
Okay, so we've just got just a little bit more to get through tonight. Do you guys just want to power through it or take a break? What would you like to do?
I'm good with going through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next morning, everyone probably gathers again near Lancer's house or so. Come on, roll 20. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. You guys just need to decide how it is you're traveling to North. Actually, I should probably go back to the big map for that, shouldn't I? What? I dropped the player band. What? I'm dropping it on the map and it's bouncing back. That's annoying. Okay. So, you guys are in the capital.
Mm-hmm.
And it is...
Not a train.
16 miles. However it is you decide to get there. So that'd be a
I
little
would
over...
like to change the
little
magical
over-
secret that I chose and take
Okay.
Phantasmal Steed, so I can have a shadow horse and just ride there, and it'll be.
Is that a
fine.
bard spell? Phantasmal Steed?
It's magical secrets. I gotta pick a spell from like fucking anything, and it
Oh. So you
sucks
can take Phantom Steed.
because there's so much.
Yeah.
I love Bard. I love Bard.
So 16 is like, that's just barely over half a day on
Nuts.
foot, or you could
Sid,
get there faster with
you
other
could take a
transport.
greater
up to you.
steed. You could take a paladin steed if you wanted.
I could actually take smites and stuff too.
Yeah, you could.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that
snagged a couple that might work with her.
nice. So that's the deal. You got 16 miles you need to cover to get to Northport.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can get some carriages and ride up that way.
Do you have money for the carriages to ride up that way? Unless she says unless, and her eyes cut to Lance,
Uh-huh.
and then she looks away. She's like, "Never mind. That would have been a very inappropriate joke, I feel."
If you're talking about my husband pulling your wagons, that ain't happening.
That's exactly what
No.
I was going to say.
That
She's so
said,
smart.
you
I
need to-
really like her.
Of course, if you need to requisition something, he's also the man to ask for that.
We do have some resources around here. I'm sure we could get horses from the capital or something like that.
And these horses are one carriage ought to do it.
All right, that sounds easy enough. Let me see what I
I'm
can do at
traveling
the
with-
office.
2 children, but after all, you know.
Okay.
Also, you can see he's sort of decked out a little bit. He didn't have all this because he was in the office before, but now he does have the pouch with javelins sticking out of it. His great axe is with him. He has a drinking horn that's around his neck and this orange sash that's around his waist, and spurs on his hooves.
Lancer, I couldn't help but notice you don't like clothes. I think technically you're naked. We are going
Do
to
you have a problem with
Northport.
If a
I
centaur
just-
wore pants, would he wear them like this or this?
I'm totally. Anyways, I just want to let you know, Northport's a bit of a chilly town, pretty much
Mhm.
year round. It's right on the water, and it can be pretty unforgiving.
You might
Um,
cut diamonds with those suckers if you know that's what they
You,
say.
you might want to pack a jacket or something. Just throwing it out there.
I'm gonna give you a feat just based on your stiff nipples.
My
You
truest
got
weapon.
you have +1 piercing
1d4
damage. with your-
slashing damage.
He just leans in close a little bit. He's like, "We're born this way and we die this way."
All right, just wanted to throw it out there.
These nips are going to be so
It's gonna be very distracting. Yes.
So at some point, yeah, you requisition, a wagon or something, and if you recall, this is sort of what the biome of around the capital looks like, is more of this like chaparral area. I don't recall what the traveling speed of a wagon is, so let me look that up.
What
real
about
quick.
I think it's just the speed of the horse, because so it'll be like 2 times whatever walking speed is.
Okay. So if it's about half a day's travel by foot, then about quarter of a day. So you'll get there. It'll take you. It's about 6 hours then to travel. So if you leave in the morning, you probably like have lunch in the carriage and get there a little past noon or so, a couple hours past noon. But before you get into the city, everybody roll me a perception check.
And so it begins.
Oh man, gone are the days of having like a bazillion in my
I'm
perception.
supposed to be good at perception.
You mean like the one day?
2 days.
2 days.
Yep, those days are gone.
Oh yeah.
You
let me
motherfuckers,
swap
you're like,
this
oh, by the
music
way,
here.
can I read her lips? I know everything.
I smell.
I smell what he's thinking.
All right. Oh, this makes sense. Braun and Lance are the ones that notice. Up ahead, very clearly standing in the pathway before the gates, are some kind of rough-looking Wanti.
Tunnel snakes rule!
My God. What the heck is this?
So you see a couple of them standing.
What if we get rid of Lance and we bring this guy?
So you see a few of these fellas standing a little bit of distance from the gate, very clearly.
That's not your character.
Tradesies.
So they're not turning toward your wagon yet, but they're standing on the path, blocking the path toward the city gates.
Right.
But you're far enough away that they're not like addressing you at the moment.
I set up my longbow and get ready to shoot.
Highwayman, he says to Braun.
Oh, I gotta pick another cantrip.
Yeah. A little bit further north than usual. As far as I know, they don't tend to like the climate that much.
Actually, Braun,
They
this
do
is
that.
based on a joke that Braun made at some point, so you would be familiar if you want me to.
Oh, of course. Don't tell me the tunnel snakes are back.
Tunnel snakes.
The tunnel snakes, which are very known in Northport for their dealings in a substance known as stardust.
They sell asteroids and meteors. They think it's a drug that'll get you high as space. It's not very clever. Whoever thought of it. Quite dumb. They're mostly harmless, but if they get a little twitchy, they can be a nuisance. Everyone, keep your guard up.
I wonder if they
We'll
cast
keep
out
riding
the grease
forward.
spell to take care of that.
So eventually you get close enough that they are like slithering up to like stop your carriage. It's like, hey,
Hey,
where you think y'all going?
that way.
We're
No.
going north to the North Port.
Not without paying a toll, you not.
I've still got an arrow knocked. I think I point it directly at the dude talking, and I say, "We're going wherever the fuck we want. How about you go
These
somewhere
guys.
different?"
You really want to do that, buddy? There's, what, 5 of you? 7 of us? I like our odds.
I can take 4 of them and leave the rest of these guys on an easy night.
I could blow all of them up in like one fireball.
Yeah, we
Hazard.
got 2 people that could rough up all of you guys. So you guys want to
Near-
go? You guys want to go?
The near-death experience has changed him, Mr. Brown.
Hazard, that's not necessary. And Braun's gonna hop down from his horse and walk over to the, I guess, lead one.
Okay.
And he's gonna pull out his Captain of the Northport Guard badge. Do you know what this is, son?
Captain? You ain't captain. March Red is the captain.
Temporary captain. What are you guys, new? You guys know who I am. You recognize this mustache. You know this is my town. What are you doing shaking down people trying to come in here? Trying to hurt the economy?
Might have been your town at some point, but it's ours now. We got this, and he'll like shake a little baggie.
Hazard's gonna redraw the bow and say, "Do I put him down, Captain?"
I just really want to like headbutt him. Just want to like just smash his, just like clunk him and like daze
Yeah.
him.
Make him bite his
Orbital,
tongue.
you got
Yeah.
this.
Well, I mean, they're not. You haven't. You don't necessarily have to fight here. Like, that's not. There's no cause for it yet, but
I want to intimidate him.
that might be some instigation.
That's fair.
I think I'd like to. I think I get.
You
he
can
gets
roll it as an
assist.
intimidate if you want. Like, I don't. We see what happens.
I'm not very intimidating.
But you
Can-
can assist with me aiming a bow at them. I'd like to think that's an assist.
Lancer is gonna pull his great sword out and be like, "I think I count for all 7 of you if you really want to make it like that."
Oh, that's funny. You got a
he's
horse
gonna roll
being
to
pulled by
intimidate.
other horses.
He's gonna
Oh.
roll
Sorry,
to
go ahead.
intimidate. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
While
All right.
while they roll to intimidate, can I cast fear on the main guy?
Wow. You may not need to.
The main guy just kind of looks at all his buddies. And they slither in, like, kind of huddle for a second. Back around. All right, reduced toll. Just call it a Godsman's discount. 5 gold each.
How about
Funny.
no gold each? And you all keep your teeth. Seems like a pretty good deal.
Roll me one more intimidate.
Mine is not as good. Would anyone like to tack on something?
You can
to
go
that?
for the.
I will.
Okay.
I'll tack on. I'll say there's plenty of gold in these arrowheads if you really want it.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, that's a good one.
19. Okay.
Woo.
He looks at you and the whole crowd. Everybody's pretty much all drawn weapons now. Ah, forget it. You're not worth it. And then they will all slither away.
Gonna have to talk to this Red who's in charge. What's he
Yeah,
doing? That
that's-
bandit's on the outside of the city.
That's definitely not good.
Red, who you would also know since he was your second while you were there, is the brother of the now mayor in the capital. And honestly, August Red is the charismatic one versus his older brother. So, okay, but so you roll on by those tunnel snakes. And you go inside the city, and we're going to stop right here, but I'll give y'all your little glimpse of Northport, where we'll pick
It
up.
looks like a port
Yeah.
city.
So there's Northport, where we will pick up next time.
Wow,
wow,
Vaughn, it's home for you.
Did you see the thing I pulled for music? It's like
yeah,
pretty
you
spot
did.
on.
It's like the same art.
It's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I love it. There's good tension for that moment too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Goddamn expertise and intimidate. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
dude, what
That's
the
what's up.
fuck?
Nice.
Well, you had a +6 for intimidate, but then you had a -1. Was the next one persuasion? Or
Oh, the
something?
negative one that's bronze roll. The next one.
Yeah.
One was
Yeah,
Lancer,
that-
one was Braun.
Well, what was the 23 that he got earlier?
That was perception.
Oh, my bad. I thought both of you rolled to intimidate and both
Gotcha.
got
No,
like
that was
in your
spot
20s.
Oh
on.
no.
All right, well, the party has reached Northport. We will pick up with their adventures there next time. Yeah, apparently there's some stuff going down with these tunnel snakes. We shall see.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you got other things to investigate. You've got the threads from Probus's Nix's letter. You've got these other things that Rufus Burberry wants to look into at some point. So you've got lots of options after you've done your business here. But we'll pick up with your business here next time with Artem in tow for the next little while.
I was gonna say,
Yay.
I'm so happy that Artem is able to join us
Yeah,
again.
me too.
Yeah.
For sure.
For the foreseeable future.
Yep. Take care of my husband. He better come back in one piece, or at least the piece that matters.
I have questions about your relationship.
Do you want the top half or the bottom half?
The tenderloins?
Bottom half.
Those are Good market price.
All right, bye everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.